Good appropriate time of the day to you, friends and enemies. I am Richard, and this whole thing around us, why that is LMTDTMFFR, or say it with me now, limited time offer, no vowels. And how are you today? I doing well. It was a very, very rainy day yesterday, and I got caught out in it a little bit, which wasn't great, but at least I did not have to travel very far because of the severe disruptions here as well to our travel networks all up and down everywhere. So, you know, sorry for all the people who got caught in that. But hey, at least I was home and dry by that time. How long Streamless Nightmare is over. Hey, I streamed 48 hours ago. Less than 48 hours ago. And you know, as much as I don't want to admit it, there are other streams you could go to if you really wanted to. I'm sure there are even other people playing Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars Reforged. There might even be other people playing Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars Reforged who are called Richard. And there might even be other people called Richard who, well, I guess maybe who are called Richard who have, you know, made their heads on top of many of the different puppets and costumes in this place. It's probably not a thing that was happening. This is the unique thing you have come for. My head in many places on this opening screen. I think that is the best unique thing I can offer you. Sorry, that's about it. I don't know what else I can do for you. What a long 48 hours it has been. Yeah. I don't think I have anything really exciting to talk about. I mean, I can mention Taskmaster, but it wasn't as good as the other ones, unfortunately. I just didn't. It just wasn't great. Is all I can say. It wasn't brilliant. I mean, I'm gonna go over to the big screen and start doing the game, and then I will discuss it. Because yeah, all right. Over we go to Broken Sword. Whee! Where we will actually, the first thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna go back and get an achievement because we did not, because I missed out on it. That one, the autosave, and then we'll load up the manual save afterwards. Because I thought I got it because I saw it in the list of achievements. And I went, oh, I can get that. So yeah, in we go.
Rather you than me, pal.
And it's very simple. It says, hey, look at all the equipment around the room before you go in there. And I went, alright, there's some, do that. There's some, do that. And I went, okay. Yep, nothing else. But no, apparently the IV bags I didn't look at either. So we're going to get that as well. So hey, it's medical charts, and then we'll load it up. And I don't usually go, I missed this, I'll go back and get the achievement. But this is one that I noticed in the list of achievements. Most of them are hidden because it's story related. I just happened to notice
on the top of the chart was his name, Jacques Marquet. I didn't need to be a doctor to read the graphs. Marquet was dying.
Graphs.
Marquet's slim hold on life was being measured, monitored, and maintained by the machinery on the rack. The machine was far too complex for me to understand.
But as I had a save that is right here, I thought, yeah, I'll go back.
The bottles were full of liquid, with a little trail of bubbles rising to the surface. I figured Marquet's life depended on those bottles, so I decided not to disturb them.
There we go. Medical attention. Enjoy a private healthcare experience. Achievement unlocked. And that one wasn't hidden. It just said the thing was there. Alright, okay. So there we go. Achievement unlocked. And now we can menu options and load the game where we had just, yes, I think I'll say progress will be lost. Well, we had just left Rougerie and Nicole. And now we can go over and we're going to go and get the tripod at this point. Yes, we need to work out how the tripod is connected to this, and you know, we need it. And it's in a museum, so you know what happens. It doesn't belong in a museum. We're the anti-Indiana Jones. So we won't use a whip, we'll use a If it were? No, I don't know. That's a reverse of a whip. I don't know. We need to go to Museum Kroon. And go inside. You now have 7 of 26 achievements. Thank you for looking at that.
You have left it very late, monsieur.
Late for what?
And you see, I am closing the museum soon. You wouldn't like to get locked in. I can tell you, not in this gallery.
Why not?
It is haunted, monsieur.
You don't believe in ghosts, surely.
Oh, yes, I do. 7 years ago, a lad managed to hide in here. He made a bet with his friends, I suppose. When I found him in the morning, he was cold as ice and stiff as a board.
Well, what was the cause of death?
They said it was a brain tumor. But on his face was a look of stark, desperate terror such as I have never seen before.
Scary.
I don't know why you have suddenly shown me all of these things, but alright. I guess automatically talking to you. Look, I can take your blood pressure now. I think that's the only thing I've acquired since... Well, I don't know. I don't know if I've shown you these ones as well. Hey.
Does this apparatus mean anything to you?
No, monsieur.
What about plaster
Does
of
this
Paris?
white powder mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
What about this giant gem?
Did I show you this gem?
Yes, you did.
Oh, okay. So I've already been here.
Thanks for your help.
Alright. Labino. I will show you the exciting blood pressure
Hi,
machine.
Andre. Hello, Georgie.
Oh, I've got other topics to talk to you about as well. Alright, well, blood pressure machine.
Do you have any use for this, Andre?
Shouldn't think so, Georgie.
You don't get to call me Joshi. That is not my name. We'll do tripods.
I think you ought to know that the tripod is going to be stolen.
The Lochman tripod? No.
It's true. I can give you a description of the thieves.
Before the supposed event has taken place?
I heard them planning the raid.
They're wasting their time. The tripod is protected by a state-of-the-art alarm system.
Well, don't say I didn't warn you.
No, really.
Why don't you loan the tripod to me for safekeeping?
Because I'd never see it again.
Well, don't you trust me?
It's not a question of trust, George. That tripod is hundreds of years old and extremely fragile.
I get your point.
And yet I'm going to put it inside my George Stobbart's amazing coat of many pockets. And it will survive. And it will be fine. It's not very fragile at all. I'll just dump it in here with a horrible tissue and some white powder, and it'll be fine. Okay, what can you tell me about the Hashashins?
Have you ever heard of the Hashashin?
Why, yes, it was a radical Muslim sect whose name became synonymous with murder.
That's where we get
It was
assassins
formed in
from.
11th century Persia, shortly before the Crusades.
At roughly the same time as the Templars.
Yes, they gave a new word to our language, assassini, the assassins.
Dun dun dun!
How did the assassins get their name?
From the legends surrounding the secrets of their initiation rites. A young man who sought to join the sect was given hashish until he drifted into dreams. He awoke to find himself in a fabulous garden with everything he could wish for. The freshest water, the most delicious food, the choicest hash, and the most delectable women imaginable.
Cool. Do you have the address?
I haven't
No
finished the
computers, though.
story.
You couldn't play any.
There was a price
The
to pay
choicest of
for this
pointing and
taste of
clicking games.
paradise.
Wouldn't you just know it?
The young man would wake the next day to find himself back in the real world. He was told that he'd been given a glimpse of the heaven reserved for holy martyrs. A heaven he would enjoy for eternity if he was willing to join the Hashashin.
No, thanks. I'm not interested in that.
How did the assassins operate?
Well, as I explained, the new recruits would be only too willing to die for the cause. They'd be instructed in the use of the dagger, poisons, and disguise. Then, the Grand Master of the sect would name an enemy of Allah.
And they'd stop at nothing to eliminate that enemy.
You got it. They were fearless and deadly.
Does the cult of the assassin still exist?
Take a look around at the world today. You tell me.
Well, I don't see any in my room, so I'm going to say no right now. So yeah, there we go. Alright, well.
Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.
Alright, and we're going to do the annoying thing that a load of customers and stuff do, and we're just going to, you know, stand here, waiting out, making you all think that I'm not doing anything while I'm in your store at closing time, so you have to not close yet, and cannot kick me out, or do not want to kick me out for fear that I might go to corporate or wherever else it would be, talk to the manager and say, they were rude to me, I don't like them at all. Oh, that's so bad. But yeah. While I talk to you about Taskmaster. Yeah, I wasn't as enthralled by this Taskmaster episode as Taskmaster UK as any of the other ones they've done this season. The first two were fantastic. I loved some of the tasks they had for that inspired, but this one not as good. The prize task was bring in the thing with the most soul, and my immediate thought was 400 Jews. That's got a lot of soul, and 400 is a ridiculous number. So you know, it would have been great. I would have found, you know, bunches of dirty old Jews or the stuff that had been given away to charity shops or something. Or hey, I just need 400 Jews. Crappy and old. Can I have them to use for my thing? No, I can't tell you why. Because I'm not allowed to talk about Taskmaster. Had I been on there, you know, but I obviously haven't been. I don't need to tell you that, right? So that would have been my thought. And I mean, everybody else going. I mean, Andy Zaltzman going with as many souls as he could. The sun. Didn't think of the sun as soul. I did think of the fish. And I can't remember what is it. And the other thing was the musical. It was a speaker, wasn't it? That he had that had soul on it, playing James Brown and stuff. And then a dancing James Brown doll, a saxophone, and then a Nigerian talking drum, I believe it was. And I'm missing one that I can't recall what it was. Something that was soulful. Oh, it was a Furby. None of them, I mean, none of them I thought were amazingly great ideas. And then the first task was find a rocket or something, I believe. The first one was find a rocket. If there was one before that, I've forgotten it. And my first thought was immediately, I will draw a rocket. And then they had two asterisks, which was, if you have just drawn a rocket, you must find two. So my immediate thought after that was, I will draw a second rocket. And then put it in my pocket. And then, I mean, I presume there was a third envelope, or another envelope in that thing, which said, hey, rocket. You have drawn another rocket, you must find another rocket. So I would have just kept drawing until they ran out of envelopes. Would that have been fast? I don't know. But yeah, going around the house and trying to find rockets as a scavenger hunt, that was interesting. But I think it could have been argued that certain things, like finding just the bottom half of a rocket as they did, that is the rocket. Because that is the thing that propels them. It doesn't have to be a bit at the top which encapsulates where a human would be for it to be a rocket. Because we have rocket launchers, for instance. And they don't contain humans, unless I have very much misunderstood how explosives work. So yeah, I think it could be argued that, yes, I found the bottom half of this rocket, but it is a rocket all by itself. I mean, rockets are designed so that bits of them fall away, or spacecraft are designed so that the rocket portion of the spaceship, falls away. So you could argue that the bottom half is a rocket. There we go. But I don't know whether I would have successfully been able to argue that at the time or not. Yeah. Alright, well, having done 2 tasks, let's move on with the game and stop staring at this wall. Hello everybody, I'm doing this. I know exactly how to do this one, I remember it so clearly. I mean, I probably remember all of them. Turn the handle, the door's open. Quickly, run over here to the sarcophagus. Exciting and... Yep, I'm glad you waited for me to get here so that I can open this. Well, remember, I hid in here earlier and then just got out. But now I'm waiting here until everybody is gone. Maybe I too
It
will
is
die of a
closing
brain tumor.
time, Monsieur Lobineau.
Already, there just aren't enough hours in the day.
And
More
we're
than
looking
enough
at
for me.
these things here.
I can't wait to get home and put my feet up.
Eh bien, see you tomorrow.
Good night, Monsieur.
I wonder if he doesn't respect him. I wonder if that guard is just... You don't want to go around the rest of the I was going to say library, museum, and see what's going on? No? And look at that, we didn't have to animate the doors opening. We just had to have 2 shots that are exactly the same. One with the door closed and one with the door open. Look.
Hey, Guido!
Guido
Look
Weasel.
at this!
Quit fooling around, you moron! Get
No,
your ass
don't.
over here and bring that flashlight.
Ah, I'm going to stand out. Do I have control now? I do. Alright, okay, well, first of all, because I'm going to do this, because I want to see them all. It's time for us to die horribly. Wait, did that? It did, interior. Did that see? Hello!
Oh, Guido!
What's the big idea, you dummy? Shine the light down here.
The mummy! It's come alive!
It looks just like an American.
If that's a mommy, I'm glad I'm an orphan.
There we go, there's George Stobbart. Death number 2! I don't believe there's another way to die in between the 2. Whee! And then we get dumped off the side. Yeah! Game over. Oh, can I just continue from the point? I can. Excellent. Alright, well, there we go. Hello.
Oh, Guido!
What?
What's the big idea, you dummy?
I didn't...
Shine the
my
light
hands
down
are
here.
not anywhere near it.
The mummy! It's...
Go away. Really? You're continuing on the idea that I pressed the button. Oh, and I didn't do my voice. Sometime later. All right, let me see what happens again. I'm going to press continue. Take my hands off. Okay, George is just
Guido!
automatically stepping
What's the
forward
big idea,
after
you
a
dummy?
certain amount of time.
Shine the light
All right.
down here.
The mummy!
All right, well, we don't need that.
It's come
Oh,
alive!
I can't. Okay, so we're just going to have to skip through this again. He's glad he's an orphan. Who would have guessed that? All right, well, sometime later. It's raining again outside. Ah, what a horrible, horrible walk it must be. All right, well, we're going to... I mean, it's not going to make any difference, but we're going to load this one. And then there's all these things, but there's... No, okay,
Oh,
fine. We're just going to...
Guido!
I'm not quick enough.
What's the big idea,
don't-
you dummy?
Sure.
Shine the light down here.
The thing that you do
The
is you
mummy! It's
click on this so that it
come
falls on them.
alive!
Definitely falls on them.
If that's a...
I'm glad I'm an orphan. Oh, I think I just blew out the eardrums there. Okay, well, sometime later, we died again. Why does it force you to step forward? I don't remember that being a thing in the last one. In the first one. But alright, hey. There we go.
What the?
Maybe we
Who's
just needed
there?
to be quicker. I don't know.
Let's get out of here!
Okay, so we just needed to...
Ow.
Ah, there's George going down. Oh! They have really... they have really made her look like Catwoman this time. Back in Nico's apartment.
And when I woke up, I was at the police station. Luckily, I managed to persuade Rosso I was innocent.
Poor George.
What a mess. I bungled the whole thing.
I
Yeah.
don't think so. You made a pretty good job of distracting those two crooks.
Yeah, but the killer got away with the tripod.
No, he didn't. He's not the only one who can dress up in costume.
You mean... it was you who stole
Dun,
the
dun,
tripod?
dun.
Oh, hell, Nico. I could have been shot.
Those dogs are more likely to shoot their own feet.
I just wish you'd told me your plans. We're supposed to be in this together. But how come you dressed up like a pantomime cat?
Don't sulk, Georgie, please.
Oh, rats. And don't call me Georgie.
Oh, I really thought you'd be pleased. After all, we've got the tripod. Aren't you going to try putting the gem on the tripod?
I guess so.
I mean, it shows that in the manuscript. So why not?
Nothing happened.
Yeah.
The gem fits perfectly, but what does that prove?
It proves that the gem was made for the tripod, or the tripod for the gem. One way or the other. And it also
Maybe
proves
the
that now I
tripod
have
has
it.
to be in a certain location.
There's nothing on the manuscript to indicate where, though, is there?
Oh, by the way, I had a visit from André Lobineau.
Oh, yeah. I hope you didn't mind me giving him your
Is
address.
that why you had
Not
the...
at all. It was
cat
lovely to
costume?
see him again. He was over the moon when I showed him the manuscript. It's not often he gets that excited. He made a sketch of the knight's crest to take back to the museum. I believe he's identified the family who bear that crest.
I sure hope so.
Alright, well, let's ask about... Oh, you haven't seen my blood pressure.
Can you think of any
Measure it?
use for this?
That's a thing for measuring blood pressure, isn't it? What are you doing with that?
I picked it up in the hospital. It could be useful.
You ought to take it back. Don't you feel guilty?
No.
I've stolen this priceless gem, and you just stole this tripod. Do you not feel guilty?
What do you think the purpose of this tripod is?
On the manuscript, the gem is shown mounted on top of it.
So, we risked a criminal charge to steal a display stand?
Don't ask me. Maybe it's intended to hold the gem in a specific position.
Yeah, maybe it is. I don't know. Have you got anything else to say about it?
What do you think the purpose of this tripod is?
I'm not sure.
Alright, well, that doesn't matter. What about, Hashashins? Do you know anything about them?
Lobineau explained who the Hashashin were.
Yeah?
The cult of the assassins.
Oh, boy.
Ah, boy, I'm so happy to be dealing with the cult of the assassins, and not the cult of the killer clowns. That would have been horrible.
Let's take another look at the manuscript.
Well, yep, let's have a look. Now that we have both the gem and the tripod, we can see that goes up there. Or that is shown something, and that is Spain? Madrid?
There's a guy with a sword and a bull. Between them is a gem supported by a tripod.
Yep,
That's the gem that Pegram found in Lochmarn.
indeed.
That's the tripod we borrowed from the museum.
Indeed. That's where...
There's a
What
guy
do we have
working
it?
on a loom.
Alright, we got no insights other than there's a guy working on a loom. Alright, that's fine. Well, this is the time to be saying more Taskmaster 3 things, I guess. Can I recall what was going on in any of the other ones? I can remember there was the soul, then there was the rocket, then there was the pub. Or not then there was the pub, that was the the third one of the thing, but can I remember what the second one was? No, I can't. So obviously, as it did not make an impact on me, it must have been rubbish. Or maybe it was great, and it was so good that I cannot recall it because it has erased itself from my memory. But that pub, you had to know, you had to cheat so many times in order to win. It should have just been the number of times that you cheated got you the win, not the score plus cheating. I mean, and then you had to do a minimum of 5 cheats. I don't know. It just wasn't inspiring for me. Although I did know the answer to the very first question. That was which is the largest rodent? It is the capybara. And I know that because when I was growing up, I listened to a tape, yes, a tape, of stories called, I think it was called Bedtime Stories with Johnny Morris. Bedtime, I think that was the title of it, but it had Johnny Morris, who was a famous children's presenter, and he did lots of different voices and things, and he did a series of animals at a zoo. And one of them was the capybara. Everybody was getting plaques put up saying what they were, and the capybaras were the world's largest rodents. They were established. I am established was the catchphrase from that animal for that particular arc of the story, which is why I remember that they are indeed the largest rodents. Can I remember what any of the other animals were doing? Why they had things, records and stuff up on their plaque? No. I can remember the capybaras. So there we go. Everything is as it should be. Alright, well, let's get out of here and see what we can find.
I have to go.
Already? You only just arrived.
Time and tide wait for no man.
Also, I got hit on the head by a fish.
I'll see you later.
A wooden fish. I wonder if we can go back to the museum, Crooney, and see if there are, speak to the guard and see what's going on. I wonder if we can't do that. I wonder if it's possible. Let's go take a look. Oh, yay! Whoa! Saved by a surprise cat burglar. Croon Raider. Achievement unlocked. I should have a button to press where it will just go achievement unlocked. I can go back to the museum, Croon. Is it going to have police tape and everything up? Let's go try showing them, hey, I just happen to have this tripod, which looks, pretty identical, but I wasn't involved in the robbery. What do you say, display case?
The case was empty. The glass case was intact, but the tripod had been replaced by a sign reading, Exhibit temporarily removed. The totem pole looked distinctly out of place in the setting of the museum.
Do you want to say anything about it? Alright, no, you're just going to rock it. It's not going to fall on your head this time. I mean, now I'm thinking about it, the fact that you woke up in the police station and not at a hospital, after he was found passed out at the scene, isn't that horrible? Hey, I know that your place is going to get robbed. I tell you it's going to get robbed. Then when the robbery happens, I am found passed out of the scene. Highly suspicious, but I have a concussion or something.
The attendant had an air of self-importance and the kind of steely eyes that never seemed to blink.
Hey, guard.
Pardon me?
Oui, monsieur? Oh, it's you. Well, what do you want now? You're not going to try to hide in that closet again, are you?
Yeah. Hey, have you seen this?
Do
Excuse
you
me for
recognize
yawning.
this tripod?
It is vaguely familiar.
I should think it is.
Very similar to the one which we used to have here at the museum. In fact,
That's what I thought.
but this is obviously a poor copy.
Right.
Why is it a poor
Do you
copy?
want to borrow this tripod to replace the one which was stolen?
No, thank you. Someone would be bound to notice the deception.
No, are you sure?
Do you want to borrow this tripod to replace the one which was stolen?
No, thank you. Someone would be bound to notice the deception.
Alright.
I hear your tripod was stolen.
I was here when it
Nothing
happened.
travels faster than bad news.
I was found
is
at
true.
the scene of the
It
crime.
happened last night.
I
I
mean-
always said that alarm was no good.
No, you didn't. You said it was a state-of-the-art, amazing
Thanks
alarm.
for your help.
Hello, Lobino. What if I talk to you about things? Can I show you the tripod?
Hi, Andre.
Hello, Georgie.
What's with the long face?
Haven't you heard? The tripod was stolen.
No, being found here
No
last night
kidding.
at the scene
I
of the
just
crime,
don't
I
get
haven't
it.
heard about it.
So many other treasures. And the thieves choose the tripod.
A modern-day alchemist, perhaps?
Who knows? There's no shortage of crazies in Paris. Hey, I visited Nico's apartment.
Yeah, she told me you came by.
Ooh, quite a fine Georgie boy. I didn't expect anything quite so sexy.
I hope you're referring to the manuscript.
Oui, of course.
I mean, you didn't need that question of, I hope you're referring to the manuscript, is not a question. It's a statement.
Oh, Andre,
Oui?
what would you say if I told you I knew who'd taken the tripod?
I'd call the police and have them arrested.
That's what I thought.
Who was it?
Oh, I don't know, really. It was just a hypothetical
I
question.
do know who it
That's
was.
too bad. If I could get my hands on the thief, I'd wring his neck.
I do know who it was. I told you who was coming for it. And, you know, you did nothing about it.
No way was I
Still,
going to
never
give the
mind.
tripod back to Labino.
Oh, can I shake you by the hand?
I'd like to shake you by the hand, Andre.
Not now, Georgie.
Alright. Well, what did you think of the
What did you
manuscript?
make of the manuscript?
It dates from the time of the Crusades.
We guessed that from the Templar seal.
It's a story and pictures like a modern-day comic book.
Okay, I mean, I have a piece of paper right here. I could draw a Templar seal on it. And that wouldn't mean that it dated from the time of the Templars or the Crusades. It would just mean that there was a Templar seal on it. So, you guessed wildly and were correct.
What story does the manuscript tell?
George.
I
not
don't
Lubbock.
know. It was probably produced for the tourist market.
Tourists?
Oh, oui, pilgrims in their thousands on their way to Jerusalem. The tourist trade is nothing new, you know. It's been around for centuries. Ever since Joshua made a packet selling souvenir bricks from the walls of Jericho.
Oh, okay.
Have you deciphered any of the images on the manuscript?
There's very little I can be sure about. The slang of the bull could be a reference to Mithras,
Who's he?
a Persian god, almost as popular as Christ at one time.
Maybe we
The
need
only
to get a
thing I
version.
can be sure of is the knight. He's Spanish.
How can you tell that?
The writing on the shield, the reference to Ave Maria. No self-respecting knight from Northern Europe would have borne a coat of arms like that.
Okay.
Can you identify the knight's coat of arms?
I already did, Georgie. He's a member of the De Vasconcelos family from the Costa Calida.
Were they famous?
No, they're not mentioned after the 15th century.
Oh,
The spotlight of history moved on. They're probably long dead.
Not quite. Just the majority of them.
do you think the manuscript could be the map to the Templar treasure?
Frankly, no. That's too far-fetched. The manuscript is interesting enough and a rare find, but that's all.
Wouldn't it be terrific if it was a map, though? The treasure of the Knights Templar.
A romantic notion, Georgie, but extremely improbable.
Unprobable.
Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.
Be unprobable somewhere else. I'm sure we've looked at all the things in here. And if we haven't, well, it's too late. I've gone out the door now. Whee! Continue onwards. Alright. Let's go to the posters of police quickly. I cannot recall when poor old Sergeant Moo dies, is what I was going to say, but he's here. So he's not dead yet. But we must come here to learn of Sergeant Moo's death at some point. Because that's an important part of Broken
Excuse me.
Sword's law.
Stobbart. I did not expect to see you so soon after that unfortunate business at the museum.
Inspector Rosso was completely satisfied with my explanation.
Ah, yes. You were accidentally trapped in an Egyptian sarcophagus.
It could happen to anyone.
Indeed, as could being knocked unconscious by a wooden salmon. What do you want now?
I wanted to talk to you about Hashashins.
Have you ever heard of the Hashashin, Sergeant?
What was that?
The cult of the assassins.
What are you trying to say, Stobbart?
That the clown is a member of that cult.
Dun 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 dun
And what
dun.
proofs do you have?
Proof? I arrived at my conclusion through logical deduction and...
Pseudo-intellectual people. Leave the investigation of crime to those who know best. The police.
Yep. The police know about crimes the best because they have committed the most.
Maybe not.
Don't want to show him my,
Maybe not.
Alright. I don't want to show him the tripod that I was accused of stealing last night and say, no, I didn't steal it last night. I didn't steal it at all. I took it from Nico. How about blood pressure?
No.
No, you don't want to do that? Well, we'll try and do the blood pressure on
Rosso
as
here?
well.
Yes, he is. You wish to speak to him?
No.
Not really.
Wait, yes,
Is
I've changed my
Rosso here?
mind.
Yes, he is. You wish to speak to him?
No, actually I don't.
Not really.
Wait, yeah, this time I
Is
do.
Rosso here?
Yes, he is. You wish to speak to him?
I wish to show
Yes,
him
I
the
do.
tripod
One
that I have
moment,
stolen.
monsieur.
And I don't know if I've shown you the gem. I think I have.
It's Stobbart, monsieur. He insists on talking to you again.
Yeah, because you said it was a cheap copy or something,
Thank
didn't you,
you.
Sergeant Moo? I seem to recall. Ha 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 ha. Whoop. Here comes Rosso, ready for his... to be turned away when I try and show him the tripod.
What now, monsieur?
I was to tell you... Oh, nice Templar.
Have you heard of the Knights Templar?
Les Templiers. But of course, monsieur, their fame is widespread throughout France.
And...
We haven't forgotten them, unlike the rest of Europe.
It was the King of France who persecuted them, though.
And you're near Montfaucon.
Indeed.
So, you know.
That shook his cool. Underneath his cultured facade, the man was real twitchy.
Oh. Alright, tell me about your culture.
You're obviously a great admirer of the Knights Templar.
They were men of great honor, monsieur. The flower of chivalry.
Not everyone would share your views, Inspector.
Not everyone shares my passion for Bartok.
But if the Templars were as honorable as...
That's enough. I do not wish to hear your uninformed opinions, Stobbart.
Alright. But what about this tripod?
Maybe not.
Can I measure your blood pressure while you are...
No.
while we are talking about the Knights Templar? No? Alright, okay. I think I showed you the gem, didn't
Would you
I?
like to
So,
see
yeah.
the gem again?
No, thank you.
Alright, well, cool. Tell
Why
me
do you
more.
get so wound up about the Knights Templar? They've been dead for centuries.
I shouldn't have pushed my luck. Maybe his ancestors were Templars. Whatever. I saw the anger flare in his eyes like a distant summer thunderstorm.
The Templars were the first true internationalists. 800 years on, and still the world is fragmented by nationalistic flag-waving fools. You will excuse me.
Yes. nationalist flag-waving fools, like people who insist that the French have not forgotten the Knights Templar, like everybody and like every other country has. Those nationalistic fools like that. Hey, Rosso. Alright. Well, I cannot recall if there's anything to do at Montfaucon, or whether we are needed to go somewhere by international travel right now. So, Montfaucon. Okay, yes. Looks like we do need to do this bit first. I couldn't remember if it was that one or not. Hello, policeman.
I once read a list of low-stress jobs. It didn't include police work. Obviously, this guy hadn't read the same list.
Well, what about you, policeman?
Hello again, officer.
Hello again, monsieur.
Hello, I wish to tell you about a blood pressure medicine.
What do you think of this?
I have here.
A blood pressure sleeve.
Don't you want to know why I'm carrying it?
No, that would be dangerously similar to making inquiries. I might get a reputation for taking my job seriously.
And what about?
What do you know about medieval ironmongery? Have a look at this little baby.
A tripod. What is it for?
You mean
Holding
you don't know?
dries.
No, monsieur. Nor do you, I think.
No, you're right, I don't.
What do you know about medieval
you
ironmongery?
just
Have
said
a
the
look
same
at this
thing.
little baby.
Yeah.
You mean-
we don't need to hear
No,
that
ma-
again, thank you.
What do
Oh,
you
I
know?
clicked on it a
Have a
third
look.
time.
You mean
Alright, bye.
I'll see you
Sorry, I
around.
didn't mean to show you the
Oui,
tripod
monsieur.
3 times.
I'll be there.
Alright, well, now we have a juggler. Actually, you know what we're going to do? There's the juggler in all of his glory from before. Everybody looks roughly the same, juggling away, and you're doing, good with the balls. The red and the green over here, and the blue just goes up and around there. But now the blue is on this side. My goodness. Why have they changed the side of the which balls go up and down? Maybe it's significant. I don't know. But probably not. Walk over here. Because I cannot recall if you are here before or after. You're not here. Alright. At some point, there is a priest in here, and I couldn't recall if he was here before or after. Oh! I've just remembered that I knew that we had to come back here to find a particular tomb. And I thought, oh good, we'll get that puzzle. But I've just remembered that that puzzle that I am thinking of was in the director's cut, which was added stuff, which was released 12 years after the original. And man, this has been released like 15 years after the director's cut. Oh, so there's longer between the original. There's longer between this and the director's cut than there was between the director's cut and the original. He said, and then thought, that seems familiar. I think I've seen that written down somewhere and I'm not working it out and I'm just remembering what somebody else has said. Who knows? I can't remember where I saw that now. But yeah, that isn't great. Makes me feel... Well, it doesn't make me feel old. It just means I have acknowledged the passage of time. Alright. Look at all these people. Tourists!
there was a small crowd of 5 sightseers?
Hello.
It's a weird thing, but you can take the most intelligent people in the world, put them in their vacation duds, and hey presto, they look like morons. Why is that? I had no desire to talk to the crowd.
What about... I mean, I don't understand why they are... But what vacation duds? I mean, is it because it's the summer? And thus they're doing anything? Hey, it's a juggler.
The juggler was good. Why he couldn't put that kind of application into getting a real job, I had no idea. Maybe he just liked dressing up like a horse's ass.
Says George in his vacation duds, who obviously looks like an
Hey,
idiot.
you with the ball.
Oui?
What are you
How
doing?
did you learn to be a juggler?
Juggler? What is this juggler?
It's you. You juggle, that makes you a juggler.
No! I am a jongleur!
A jongler? What's that?
Mon Dieu! A jongleur is an artist, a master of the contragravitic aeroballetic mysteries. In centuries past, the courts of the crowned heads of Europe and the jongleurs, witty, erudite men to whom the monarchs turned in their hours of need.
Wait a minute, wait. Let me get this straight. Our enemies are at the borders, plague ravages the land, and the peasants are revolting. Thank God we've got Chuckles the Jongler to throw his balls around. I don't think so.
I mean, it's no different to nowadays when you might go, oh god, everything's going to shit. I just need 15, 20 minutes, half an hour, whatever it is, to sit down and just not be thinking about this. So I'll put on my favourite episode of a TV show, or read a book, or whatever it is. Some entertainment thing that I can just focus on that and ignore everything else just for a few minutes. Yeah? Jongleur.
That juggling doesn't look so difficult.
Oh, it does not, does it not? Perhaps you feel you could do better, no?
I'll give it a try.
Be my guest.
Alright.
I had
well,
no
I need to
idea
do
what I
other
was
things
doing.
as well.
But this guy was obviously an idiot, so how difficult could it be?
I mean, but you are wearing your vacation clothes and thus look like an idiot as well.
A lot more difficult than I thought. That's how difficult. Still, it was my big chance to be derided by complete strangers.
Yeah.
Not so easy after all, is it?
No, I guess not.
Alright, well, let me shake you by the hand.
It didn't seem right to fry somebody's palm when they make their living with their hands.
I mean, you've been trying that on everybody else, Georgie boy.
This gadget is a sewer key.
I do not want it, thank you.
Well, I'm not selling it, I just wanted your opinion.
It is hardly my area of expertise.
Alright, well, what about this?
Does this grease
Snotty
paint
tissue.
mean anything to you?
It looks like one of mine, or at least another jongleur.
Or a clown?
Mais naturellement, a clown.
Hardly a breakthrough.
I mean, maybe it was. Have you seen this guy?
Have you seen this man before?
No,
What about this?
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
you smoke.
No, I don't.
In that case, it means nothing to me.
Does this lab pass mean anything to you?
You work in a lab.
No, try again.
You steal lab passes.
No. Well, not as a habit. This was a special case.
Hello.
Feast your eyes on this.
Incroyable. Is it real?
I think so.
Some people believe that great gems
I mean-
always have curses upon them.
Oh, that's garbage. Although, now that I think about it, both
Oh,
of the
everybody's been
people
dying
who
who
had
had
this
this.
before me disappeared in mysterious circumstances. And the guy who was supposed to get this was shot and then murdered in his hospital bed.
Yeah, that doesn't sound
You
great.
want it?
No, thank you.
Also, I have been shot and died a few times since only once. Only in one situation have I been shot and died since I acquired the gem. But you know, it happened a few times because I wasn't quick enough clicking.
Does this plaster interest you?
Well,
Forget it. Forget that I asked. What do you think of this?
it is a medical device, oui?
Yes.
What about this tripod?
I've got a medieval tripod.
And my Uncle Claude has hemorrhoids. So what?
Tell me about the Knights Templar.
What do you know about the Knights Templar?
Le Templier? Ah, the last Grand Master, Jacques du Molay, was burnt on an island in the Seine in 1314.
Wow. You're pretty well educated for a juggler.
no, monsieur. I read it on that board over
No,
there.
I'm not well educated. Why would you think that? Why would I possibly want you to continue thinking that? Alright, what about this red nose, which I have studiously avoided showing you?
Look, a red nose.
Ah, you are a clown.
A clown?
No, it sure you would be a much better jongleur.
For a moment, an idea capered around near the spotlight of my attention, but fell down the pothole of abstraction before I could focus on it.
Alright, well, let's leave that alone.
Catch you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
And instead, go over here. Hello, Monsieur Policeman.
Hello again, officer.
Hello again, monsieur.
Let me talk to you about the jongleur.
What do you think of the juggler?
Ah, he is excellent, most watchable.
But he's blocking the thoroughfare and obstructing traffic.
So, he is amusing. The traffic isn't. If he wants to block it, who am I to say no?
You're a cop.
Officer of the law.
Ah, oui. So I am. Ah, well,
Tell me more.
So you're not gonna do anything about this guy?
no.
He probably doesn't even have a license.
Ah, a license. This I had not considered.
So what are you gonna do?
The instant I return to the station, I shall check
Return to the station? Why not just ask him?
and spoil his concentration. What kind of a barbarian do you take me for?
The kind that would like to see this red nose. Oh.
Flinty82 just redeemed sit on it and swivel.
Well, I'm leaving my headphones plugged in, so I'm gonna... Woo! I have spun around multiple times. Well, twice. I hope that it was all that you hoped for. And I'm so glad it's there. It's a fun thing to do. As a break from this. But yes, now that I've spun around, if only I had had a red nose, then I could have indicated that I was a clown doing a funny thing. But no. I just span around all on my own.
You are a clown.
Yes.
Do I look like a clown?
Do I
No.
amuse you?
Although you
Do
juggle
I? Do I look like a
one.
clown?
No. If I'd known you were a clown, it would have been amusing. And not a humiliation for you.
What do you mean?
Who ever heard of a plainclothes clown?
He had a point.
So you're saying that if I juggle badly with a red nose, I'd be the king of comedy. But if I juggle badly without it,
You look like a pathetic loon. Oui, monsieur.
Hey,
You had it.
I resemble that remark. Alright, well, thank you
I'll see you
for
around.
rescuing my
Oui,
idea
monsieur.
from
I'll
the
be
pothole
there.
of obscurity, absurdity. Oh yeah, alright. Let us go back and talk to the jungler. I mean, I cannot recall. I mean, I know I need to go down here, and I know what part of the story happens when you go down here, but I cannot remember why nobody has ever said to me, go down here and have a look.
Hi again.
Unless Marquet said it from his
Oui.
deathbed and I've just forgotten
What
that
is it
Marquet
this
said
time?
it. I'm doing it because I remember that this is what you have to do. Do you get to play as Nico in this one? Not at all. In the director's cut there is side missions for her which don't really relate to the plot. I mean, they do and they don't, but you know, because it is additional content, George and Nico never bring it up. They just, when talking to one another, Nico decides, oh no, do not need to talk about my poor father who was part of the Templars, or was investigating the Templars, I forget which. So I cannot do that. But yeah, you never get to play as her here in this one. But in the second game, you do get to play as her. And they decided to expand on her amazingness. You know, what with her having stolen the tripod herself in this one. I'm trying to think what else she does in this game that is in any way as awesome as that sort of thing. or shows that she is a competent investigative journalist? I think the answer is nothing. Alright, I'm gonna juggle now with my secret
I'd like
weapon.
to have another try at juggling, please.
You have gone on a crash course, perhaps?
No, I just had an insight into presentation.
Huh?
Allow me to demonstrate. The balls, please.
If you insist on completing your humiliation, monsieur.
Oh, and we get something from this that we will need in another place,
Okay,
don't we?
now for my secret weapon.
Yep, see, I remembered he said secret weapon and said secret weapon. Ah!
The juggler was speechless with rage. You could have mistaken him for a mime. And without a word, he collected his balls and left in a fury. Hey! You forgot one of your balls! Hey! But he didn't hear. Better still, deprived of his entertainment, the gendarme decided maybe he ought to do some policing for a change.
But the tourists can still watch me. Hey, hey, I'm balling here. I mean,
There was a small
that has a
crowd
very
of 5
different meaning,
sightseers. It's a weird thing, but you can take the most intelligent people in the world, put them in their vacation duds, and hey presto, they look like morons. Why is that?
Oh, I'll tell you something that we haven't mentioned on stream. There appears to be they are working on, or at least there is now a page for on Steam, a new broken sword. Release date still to be announced. No idea if how far along or anything it is, but if you go to Steam, you can see broken sword, Parvizals stone. I don't know. I have no idea what Parvizal is. But the genre-defining adventure series returns with an explosive broken sword, Parvizal stone. Intrepid George Stobbart and fearless journalist Nico Collard face danger and deception as they are drawn into a terrifying conspiracy involving brutal treasure hunters and sinister cabals. So, just like every other one of their adventures together. And yeah, thank you for putting it up. Yeah, and it looks like it's kind of 2.5D, not 3D, not anything else. But yeah. And I will be interested to see what it is. It's a shame it has moved away from the hand-drawn fonts and everything that I've got from here and everything else. The only gripe with this release is the price, using return as a benchmark. Yes, that is true. They put it up at, what was it, 24 quid? And it was announced a year ago, was it? Oh, okay. I didn't know that. The Reforged came as a surprise to me as well. Even though I do enjoy the series, I don't pay attention to a lot of news and stuff about it. But yeah, alright, so yeah, I can't remember how much this is. I know I got it at not a significant discount, but $24.99 they released the Broken Sword as English monies, and it is just a remake or a remaster. Sorry, there's no new content. There appears to be less content, in fact, because it doesn't have any of the stuff from the director's cut, which was mildly controversial in that it added stuff into it, and people were, it wasn't the pure experience that I had before. Now it's got all this additional rubbish in it. Which, I didn't mind the new content. Some of the new puzzles were quite fun and interesting and good to do, but they made me think about things. I mean, the one which was here was a word search. That's all I can remember about that puzzle that was in there. But it was mildly fun to try and work out what words I needed to find and then spot them in the thing. It was an interesting add-on or stuff. Yeah, but I can see why some people would have been annoyed by... I mean, it's a word search, it's not great. But yeah. I hope that the price of this comes down a lot. I mean, I'm trying to remember... God, I've got no idea how much I would have paid for the original Broken Sword when it first came out. Because, you know, I bought it as a physical copy in a shop. Side note, The Spirit of the Mouse is a free game on Epic. Yes, it is. I saw that. I should mention that. As you know, limited time offer, no vows. You can get The Spirit and the Mouse as a free game on Epic. And next week's free game is Bear and Breakfast, which looks like I've seen it being played in in a couple of different places, and looks to be, you know, just a fun, cozy sort of thing. Which maybe we'll do that. You bought the original several times. I bought a physical copy of the original. I no longer have the box or anything, but I do still have the manuals that came with it, or the additional book that came with it, the history of the Templars. I still have that. That is here. Bought the second one as a physical copy as well. I've also bought... I've got the director's cut on GOG, I believe, and I've got all 5 of the games on Steam as well. So I bought all of them. And I played... Where did I play the others? Oh, don't walk over... Well, do walk over there, George, before I click. Where did I play... Oh, it's because I was on Humble Choice. Yeah, that's what they call it. Where you get access, or used to get access to their vault. And they had all 5 of the Broken Sword games in there as well. So I had... And so I played through all of them there. For this stream at some other point, so yeah. You know, or at least I actually get 3 for £10 type of thing. Yeah, well, I remember that as being white label games. Where it was just a CD with no manual or anything, or if there was a manual, it was on the CD, and you could get all of those. And as I say, it was just a budget line where they didn't really produce the artwork on the boxes, and it was just like a DVD box where it was just a crappy plasticky thing, rather than the big old cardboard and paper that they had for most releases. You remember rebuying this and Theme Hospital more than once a piece, somehow losing them. Respect as much as 3 for 10. Yeah, got on Steam. Yeah, that is true. Thinking about it, I mean, I can buy 3 for 10. That's just a thing I can do, you know, any day of the week now, rather than I'll take a special trip down to my game store and have a look in there, see what's going on. But yeah. All right. Well, we faffed around here long enough. Don't worry about me. Sewer tourists. Anybody want to come with me? I'm taking you on a guided tour of the sewer, and you know I'm a good professional because I was just a clown who dropped all of the balls. Oh, I'll tell you something we haven't done.
It was the bright red ball I'd got from the juggler.
There we go. Glad to know that description is intact. Woo! Down the hole. Don't worry about me, tourists. I am a juggler, or a clown, and sewer safety inspector. Ooh, murky water. Time to dive right in.
The recent showers had made the levels rise a little, but at least the place didn't smell so much. What's a guy supposed to do with a sewer? Don't answer that.
Well, there's a path over there.
If I wanted to get deeper into these catacombs, I was going to have to get onto that path. If the near edge hadn't crumbled away, I could have jumped it easily. Now, I wasn't so sure.
Well, try it anyway.
Okay, it's long jump time.
Really?
Here goes.
I don't remember this.
Do
Well,
I look crazy or something?
maybe that was in the original. Because, I mean, I know you never go over there. But I don't remember that little bit. I mean, the only one thing that I have found that is an absolute identical match, or sorry, is definitely added content for this, is the poo in the juggler's shop, the costume shop. That's the only thing I know for certain was additional. But yeah. Hey, look, we got things. A stone
There
panel.
were 3 arches, each with an inscription.
Well, go and read them.
The wall had flaked, and anything once written on it had long since gone.
Oh dear. Well,
There were 3 arches, each with an inscription.
Yep. I was hoping for, some different description. But
The inscription was hard to read, but I made out Templier and something about innocence. Close up, I could see a faded inscription. My medieval French isn't much, but the few words I understood seemed to say, "This is where the gallows used to stand." Maybe.
Oh, well. And here we
There was a handle in the boat that fed out chain with a hook on the end.
Good for us. Let's turn it. Oh, I guess I should have looked at you first of all. Let's look at the boat.
A weird little boat lay tied up. I guess they used it to get maintenance crews around. Either that or the Phantom of the Opera was somewhere near.
Yep, Phantom of the Opera. Well known for his chains.
On the boat was a winching machine.
And winching machines. Yeah, that features heavily in them,
The
doesn't
hook
it? Yeah.
lay in a bed of chain.
Alright, well, I mean... I know what I've got to do. Oh, do I need to smash it first?
The inscription was undecipherable. The plaster had cracked and was falling away. I wondered why.
Because it's old? Also because we can smash it?
Hey, that's hollow! It was time for some brutal destruction.
Well, there we go. Well done.
I'd poked a hole in an historical site. If any archaeologists came by, they'd lynch me for this.
Yep, doing their regular tour of the sewers. I'm sure they would be right there.
Close up, I could see the plaster was thinner where I'd broken through, and behind it were some cogs and a lever.
Pull the lever.
Here goes. Hey, cool!
Pull it again.
Inside the hole,
Yeah.
I could see one of the cogs had come loose and jammed the mechanism solid.
Alas. What if... I mean, I cannot recall this. Can we use the sewer key on you? Will you not sound hollow?
Nothing hollow there.
Yeah, okay. And the other one? You're going to have the same words?
That sounded pretty solid.
Okay, slightly different words, but hey, it's a hook. I mean, how you were meant to work out that this is what you were meant to do, I cannot recall. But I did it. Winch away, handle. Look at that door that just crumbled away entirely. It's amazing. The old things that are there, puzzle. Yep. Better than the ones which are things that aren't there. You have to go around. Well, I don't know actually. You have to go around and find them all. Put them back.
The
It's
door
the
mechanism was trashed. It would take a blacksmith or an engineer to do anything with that.
I mean, now everybody who... I mean, I don't think anybody was suspicious of George Stobbart before. Or even thought that someone was on their trail, right? But now, somebody trashed our door. I guess somebody is onto us. But yeah. Alright, well, we're going to save it here because It's time to see another exciting George Stobbart death. Woo! Down we go! Actually, I don't think we do actually see a death here, do we? Maybe we'll see the body get dumped. But we get an exciting talking bit where George talks about, hey, the conspiracy.
I could hear voices from the lit area.
Yep, keep going. Maybe you just have a really trashable door. Yeah.
This was it. The conspiracy was revealed.
Okay, nobody move. I'm making a citizen's arrest.
At last, I had them. I could see the fear in their eyes as their little scheme came to pieces.
You're all going away for a very long time. And you can just drop those guns. You're impressing nobody.
Well, there we go. A dead Stobbart, and then we get an achievement for that. Excellent. Impressing nobody. Gate crash. A secret meeting. Achievement unlocked. Woo! Alright, well, we'll load up our game. Alright. Well, you know what? Just because we can.
I could hear voices from the lit area.
Oh, well, in which case I'm not going to go down there this time. Huh, see? I heard the voices and understood the warning this time. Instead, it's a gap!
There was a crack in the wall. Through it, I could see a glimmer of natural light.
Well then, let us stand and look at this, natural light? Where's that coming from?
In the beginning was the end.
An end wrought by our enemies began our darkness.
They lived happily ever after.
In the end
Yep.
will be a beginning.
An end to our enemies heralds our new day.
Report.
They're great.
The military establishments are in flux. The end of the Cold War has left them with no clear goal and as obvious targets for budgetary cuts. We have successfully promoted a sense of betrayal in the upper echelons. They feel that the politicians have cast them adrift. The pattern is emerging. Our time is now.
Good. Mademoiselle?
Governments are giving the corporations more respect than their own
Just an
citizens.
executive.
A groundswell of dissatisfaction and dissidence is
We've met
growing.
these two.
The corporations
That
are
was the
becoming
killer
too
of
large
Marquet.
and complex for their
And
own
that was the
executive
guy
to
in the
control
hotel.
them. A blind belief
No
in
idea who
market
any of the
forces
rest of
is
them are.
accelerating
Yet.
the trend the world over. The pattern is emerging. Our time is now.
The global population's belief in those that govern it has never been lower. We have inculcated a sense of immediacy and action over forethought and planning in all the major governments. They are acting on hasty decisions that cannot be completed or revoked without appearing foolish. The pattern is emerging. Our time is now.
Excellent. The tired old governments are dying a slow death from their own incompetence and our machinations. The millennium is almost upon us, and everything is in place for the rise of our new order. Almost. Professor, where is the broken sword?
As we discussed last time, with the loss of the manuscript, our search is as a corollary hindered.
And as discussed last time, you have been furnished with a dramatically increased budget. What have you been doing with our money, Professor?
We are working on the principle that the Templars, that is to say our predecessors,
Hold on. These are the Templars?
Must have left a trail when they were hiding the clues to the sort of Baphomet's
Would have
location.
guessed.
I have a small army of historians and archaeologists ferreting out that trail.
I trust these historians and archaeologists are more trustworthy than your friend Pegram.
Pegram was loyal. He tried to protect the Lochmarn gem when the Hashashin came near.
And failed. And don't call that Syrian maniac the Hashashin. He's an assassin. Plain and simple.
That's not what he believes. He actually thinks.
Silence! Do I have to remind you that we have a sacred duty? A trust. When Philippe attempted to destroy the Order, we lost the sword and our power with it. Now we have the opportunity to reforge it. But time is short. We need results.
They said the thing. They said
not petty
Reforged.
bickering.
That's what we're
Not
doing right now.
excuses.
Playing Reforged game.
Now, Professor Baphomet.
Yes, of course. My apologies. We will find Baphomet and the sword, manuscript or no. We have already found another element actually within Paris.
Excellent. What is it?
Well, we're not exactly sure at present.
Ooh.
But I have my best people working on it. You would do well not to criticize others, Eklund. At least I have not murdered one of our own.
Of course. That guy was the bogus doctor in the hospital.
Yeah,
Marquet was a liability. Eklund dealt with him on my orders.
I beg your pardon, Grandmaster. I did not mean to.
Have you any good news for us, Professor?
We already know 3 of the elements. We know that Klausner had obtained the lens before he vanished.
Where was he?
Syria. We know that he arrived, but after that, nothing.
The assassin.
I fear so. It's a shame. Klausner was a good operative.
All right. Well, that was a hefty bit of thing that we learned there. Hey, we'll learn some more in a second. I know there was something I was going to say. Right, yes. You were furnished with a dramatically increased budget when you lost the manuscript, right? But did he not lose the manuscript just recently when the Nico's contact, whose name I have temporarily forgotten, was blown up in the cafe, right? Was that not what the Hashashin stole from in the briefcase? Was that not the manuscript in there? I mean, I suppose it's possible that the businessman, or whomever he was, broke from the Templars, or was having doubts about the Templars, and stole the manuscript ages and ages ago, and was only now coming to see Nico and give her the manuscript and say, hey, here it is, look, this proves Templars are real and doing shit. But, you know, it really seemed to me that he had made this decision only recently, and had only stolen it recently and was coming to do it, to show it to her now, because the assassin made his move now when he had the thing. But what do I know? What do I know? I mean, it's like saying we gave you £1 million budget yesterday, and you've produced no results. What an idiot you are! Well, yes, but I can't do things. You gave me £1 million or whatever, but I only had a day, so you know I'm not going to be able to do everything in a 24-hour period. Grandmaster is being ridiculous and over-wanting things, just like every manager ever. And then he's not going to get any better. This is your time, Templars, to realise that you're under bad management, and that you need to get, vote him out or whatever. No? Not going to do that? Alright, okay, we'll go back and listen to more of your talks.
This will be our last meeting in person until we locate the sword of Baphomet. I hope that I don't need to emphasize the importance of finding it. Without it, our endeavors come to nothing. With the sword reforged, we will have the power to sweep the stage of all opposition. The new millennium will belong to us.
Alright, well, good for
The
you.
next time that we meet, it will be to become the princes of this world!
Yeah, George, exactly. And now we all go off in a little boat. I mean... Why? I mean, Queen is already the princess of the universe, so, you know, you're lacking in ambition. And there was someone who was, at the very least, female presenting there, and so perhaps she wants to be a princess, not a prince. And why aren't you kings? That's the ultimate ruling authority that you've got here. Or, you know, if you've got bad associations with kings because the Knights Templar were killed by a king, why are you doing royalty at all? Why are you not the leaders of the world, or masters of this world, or controlling the destiny of the earth, or something? No? Alright, well, now we're down here. Yeah, how exciting. What have we got? We got a circle. I didn't notice that before. The greater good.
On the circle's circumference were the Templar seal and 2 Latin phrases. Non omnis moriar and clarior e tenebris. I shall not die completely, the brighter from the darkness. There was a large circle marked out on the floor with a stump in the middle. Around the circle I could see words inlaid into the stone.
Anything else? No? I mean, we're very lucky that, you know, nothing has blocked up the sunlight up here for the hundreds of years that this has been, or that, you know, nothing has filled in any of the holes on this pedestal, or
in the middle of the
changed it
circle
or
was
anything.
A stump of stone, a shaft of daylight from the world above lancing down to touch it.
I guess in the old days they built things to last.
I noticed 3 small notches around the edge of the stump's top.
3, you say? 3. What can we try, Pod, in that place that also has 3 things? I know. Let's try and fill in the holes with plaster of Paris. Alright. Don't try and fill in the holes. What if we bounce a ball on it? Will that work? The red ball of desire? Alright, okay. We'll do the thing then and put the tripod there. It fits like a glove. No, you're not going to say anything? You're not going to say it fits like it should have been there?
In the middle of the circle was a stump of stone,
Yeah.
a shaft of daylight from the world above lancing down to touch it.
Alright, fine.
The tripod's feet fitted neatly into the notches on the top of the stump.
Alright, but now we've got a gem. And a pedestal. Together. Pew!
The light falling from above struck the gem and scattered in 5 neat rays, and each ray picked out a letter. Starting from the seal,
1,
I could
2,
read
3, 4.
M-A-R-I-B.
M?
Marib.
Oh, I guess right
Now all
next
I had to
it.
do was
Okay.
figure out what the heck that meant.
Merib.
Nico, I've seen them.
Who?
The Templars.
I spied on their meeting in the catacombs.
And you saw the Knights Templar?
I saw a bunch of guys masquerading as Templars.
I'm not going to
They're
come and sit
after
where it'd
something
be-
called the Sword of Baphomet.
It's
The
good
bogus
for you to be
doctor
able
was
to be
there. The
looking
guy who
at me.
killed
When you
Marquet.
turn
The
around
manuscript is the key, just as we thought. It shows the way to the broken sword. Whatever that is.
It's the
And
name
how
of the
does the
game.
assassin fit into all this?
He's out to stop them. These Neo-Templars, they're men and women in influential positions. Don't you see? Plantar was one of them. The assassin killed him for the
There we go.
manuscript, to stop them finding the sword.
But now we have got the manuscript.
Yes,
So, how does he hope to find the sword?
I don't know. They said something about a lens and a guy called Klausner who's gone to Syria. But they didn't seem to realize the significance of the very site of their meeting. You see, after they'd gone, I discovered a stone pedestal and a carved inscription. I set up the gem on the tripod, directly below a beam of light. The gem split the beam and lit the letters M-A-R-I-B.
Marib is a village in Syria.
Then the Neo-Templars are ahead of us. Klausner beat me to it.
You're not thinking of going there yourself, are you?
Why not?
These guys are crazy and dangerous. That reminds me, you should leave the gem here.
Okay, what about the tripod?
I'll send it back to Andre, anonymously.
Oh, but now I've lost the gem and the tripod immediately. No. All right, okay. Have you seen this red ball that I have? Look.
Would you like this juggling ball?
Have you been
Jongleur.
drinking, George?
No, why?
Because you're talking crap.
Because I offered you a red ball? Sure, whatever. Not very appreciative of the gifts I bring you, are you? I got you a tripod. Well, I brought back the tripod that you got. I got you a gem. I got you information about the Templars. I could have died doing that.
Let's take another look at the manuscript.
Let's. Oh, am I going to get up and move over there? Oh. Maybe I should have just left from there. So we could see the animation of him walking around to the door. Never mind. Alright, okay. Well, oh, now we've only got 3, so we've cleared one.
That's the tripod we borrowed from the museum.
Yeah, it is.
That's the gem that Pegram found in Lochmarn.
Yes, it is. And then we've got the 3 faces.
There's a woman looking at her reflection in a mirror, but the reflection has 3 hideous faces. The Night Scroll bears a phrase in Latin. Through my teachings, you will be enlightened.
Yes, I remember what that means.
There's a guy with a sword and a bull. Between them is a gem supported by a tripod.
I mean, if I saw that, I would think, hey, I need the gem and the tripod at this place, wherever it is, but... Hey. Hey, you have 3 hideous faces! I mean... I have many hideous faces at once. Here I am, hello! I have 5 hideous faces right now, but yeah. I mean, and I know... I mean, maybe the woman does have 3 hideous faces. I don't know. Maybe she does. Who knows? Anyway. Looks like we're done here, and I'm off to Syria and or somewhere other than Syria.
Do you think I should go to Marib?
Syria is a long way, George.
Yeah. But where else am I going to go? And is that it? Syria's a long way, George. But you know, you can fuck off there. Do you think I should go? Oh! Temple of Shadows. Witness a gathering of powerful conspirators. Achievement unlocked. Hey, flower seller. Do you want to tell me anything about Marib?
Oh, hi.
Hello, my handsome friend.
Do you want to read my fortune again? Oh no. We're going to talk about Nico. Alright, hey.
Have you seen anyone out here watching Mademoiselle Collard's apartment?
Yes, I have.
A strange man, tall and thin as a broomstick.
You talking about
He
Weasel?
kept his face hidden, but I saw his eyes peering from evil little slits.
How was he dressed?
A long brown raincoat with a hat.
Or like Humphrey Bogart?
Yes, but he didn't have Bogart's charisma. Besides, this guy looked like he needed a toilet. You never saw Bogart clenching his buttocks like that.
I mean, I find it hard to argue with you about that point, but I mean, in how many films do you actually see somebody need to go to the toilet? Unless it's a gross-out comedy or, you know, oh, somebody has gone into the toilet and we need to go and kill them in the toilet where, you know, nobody else will be at the time. Like Mission Impossible. Hey. Alright. Do you want your hand shaken with my buzzer?
Would you like to shake my hand?
No, I wouldn't. I can see the future, remember?
I mean, no. You can see a possible future. Because if you can see the future and you see that I buzz you, and you do not shake my hand, then I have not buzzed you. So that was not the future. Or is not what was the future. It was only a possible future. So if you can see the future, and the things that you see must come true, then the answer is yes, I must shake your hand, because I have seen the future.
What does this apparatus mean to you?
The last time I saw one of those, I was about to go to the operating theater. The doctor told me there was nothing to worry about. I laughed in his face.
How come?
I can see the future, remember?
Yes, but why did you laugh in his face? Because obviously you didn't die. There's nothing to worry about. Not for me. I know I'm coming out of this surgery okay, but somehow you will die during surgery.
Does this powder mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
Do you want to see a red ball?
What do you think of my ball?
I'm picking up vibrations from it. That ball will travel far.
I mean, yeah, if I take my random crap with me. I mean, okay. I'm going to Syria. Right, all of this stuff here, except for the white powder, I can see getting through, and the sewer key. The white powder, they might stop and want to test it. Oh, it's plaster of Paris. I'm just carrying it with me. I need it when I get to the other side, and I didn't want to rely on their supplies. And this sewer key, oh, don't worry about it. It's a sewer key for Paris. I'm definitely not going to, you know, smack anybody over the head with it while I get on a plane. It's not a dangerous weapon or anything. Don't worry about it.
See you later.
That's right, monsieur. You will.
I would like to be able to talk to you. And at one point you would say, "No, monsieur, you will not. Ah, as I am leaving this to go to another place." Alright, we're going back to the police station. Aha! Hello! Odd policeman who is not Moo. Tell me things.
Hi, it's me again.
Again?
Yes, I spoke to you earlier.
But of course. It is Monsieur Hardy.
Stobbart. George Stobbart.
Would you like to shake my hand?
I'd like to shake you by the hand.
Do you want to be arrested for assaulting a policeman?
Huh?
I noticed the shake and shock buzzer concealed in your hand.
Oh, alright. Do you want a red ball?
What do you make of this?
It's a juggler's bowl.
Well done. What about a,
Do you know what this device is used for?
blood pressure?
Certainly, monsieur. It is for measuring the pressure of the blood.
Yeah,
Do you know what this powder is?
It looks like plaster, monsieur.
I'm glad that all the police officers can identify at a glance that this is plaster of Paris and not, "Oh, that's cocaine and we must take you in."
Have you heard of a guy named Merlin?
No, monsieur.
Do you know what this is?
Are you familiar with the Club Alamut?
No, monsieur.
No, monsieur.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, monsieur, I do not. I have no memory for faces.
Except you remembered me.
Don't you want this tissue?
No, I do not.
Don't you want to look at this nose?
Not particularly, monsieur.
And it's a sewer key that I've used to get into
Have
two
you any idea
different
what
sewers.
this tool is used for?
Oui, monsieur. It is a dipstick.
Right. Yes. And what about Sergeant Moo?
Where's Sergeant Moo?
Sergeant Moo? You haven't heard?
Heard what? Has something happened to him?
Moo is dead.
You're kidding.
No, monsieur.
That's... How? Why?
The death of a policeman never comes as a surprise, but always as a shock.
But Sergeant Moo? He was so...
I know. He was as flexible as a riot baton. Yet his heart was as warm as a freshly extracted urine sample.
Well.
Thanks for your help, officer.
And there we go. Line of duty. Here's some sad and surprising news. Achievement. Unlocked. Poor Moo. He was so... not dead! Yes, he was so not dead when I was talking to him. He seemed so alive, and, you know, he was able to move his fingers, and he expressed that air from his lungs which made sounds come out of his mouth, which, you know, enabled us to communicate. And yes, I even saw him blink once or twice as well. But now, he's not doing any of those things. I don't know, I suppose actually I could push on his chest so that he could go with air coming out of his lungs, maybe. But, you know, maybe not. Now, I meant to look that up, and I'm going to write that down. And I'm not, and I'm going to spell his name correctly. M-O-U-E. Moo. He said. I think that was how it was spelling. Otherwise, I would just write down moo. Like a cow. But yeah, I've written that down because I could have sworn he was back in a later game. And I want to double check that to see whether I'm misremembering that. And they went, I was not dead. Or if the people just went, you know, if they needed to record new voice lines later, where we went, oh yeah, I thought I was dead, but I wasn't dead. But you know, I was there. All right, to the airport. Well, actually, let's go to the music croon quickly. Has Nico returned the tripod yet? No. All right, we'll come back and see that in a bit. Walk in, see that Labano is there, go, turn around and leave immediately. Now I'll go into the aeroport. And then, oh, we don't have to go to Marib. We can go to the Villa de Vasconcelos. Let's go there. I prefer that one. I think that Marib is just too long for my taste. It's just, or maybe that is because I am doing all the things. I am going everywhere and looking at everything. But yeah. Oh look, there's a building.
I'm no student of architecture, but the little building looked old. I wondered if it was some sort of summer house.
Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Sorry, I wanted to walk over here. Hey, it's a gardener, and look, beautiful rainbow, which I believe is in the original as well. Let's have a look. Yeah, look at that rainbow in all its beautiful colours. And now we can see it in its, I don't know if it's 4K, I think it's in 4K. Don't worry about me, I'm just walking through there. You know, I mean, I'm a strange guy who is on the premises who you have never ever seen before, but I'm walking over here just to look at. Oh, okay, we're actually at the building now. I was gonna, you know, I was gonna look at it from a distance. That was my idea. It's a door.
The door was a handsome piece of work, in keeping with the ornateness of the rest of the building.
It's a statue.
Over the doorway was a statue of a hooded figure bearing a cross. It looked kind of sinister.
Alright.
Rats. It's locked.
With rats? I would use a key or a lock, not with rats.
The statue on the top of the building looked like the one in the Parisian church. He seemed to be looking out to sea. For what?
A boat. He certainly wasn't looking out there for a train now, was he?
I wasn't about to go clambering on rooftops if I didn't have to.
Well, you don't have to, but you know, it would be fun. Alright, let's get out of here, now that we've seen that. And we'll go and talk to Horrible Old Man. Or not Horrible Old Man, but man who doesn't like me. And will thus be horrible towards me. But will then be warm and inviting later. Hello, man. You're so great. Spraying that rainbow for everybody to see.
There was a crotchety old guy watering the lawn. If this
Hello.
garden was all his own work, he was more capable than he looked.
Hello, crotchety old guy.
Hi. Is this the De Vasconcelos house?
Who wants to know?
I
Me.
could tell the old coot was going to be trouble. My name's George Stobbart. I was wondering whether...
The house is not open to the public.
This is the De Vasconcelos house.
And what business is that of yours, senor?
Look, all I want is to speak to the head of the household.
There is no household. Only the Countess and myself.
And I am keeping her locked away so that when she dies she will leave all the money to her faithful gardener. Then I will sell it all and... Well, I will sell the lands, not all the money. I will not sell the money because I am not good at getting a return on my money. Alright, what if I told you I had a red nose?
I don't suppose this red nose means anything to you, does it?
Ah! El Flojo!
El who?
El Flojo! He is a clown on state television.
Oh, are you spitting? Right.
Oh. Is he any good?
He is as funny as scabies. Without the laughs.
I don't remember.
Do you know what this is?
Scabies.
See, I have a similar tool for opening culverts on the estate.
Cool.
Look at this tissue.
It's a tissue with some greasy muck on it.
Yes, that's right.
Let me show you the inside of my hanky. Does that... I'll have to remember that. And then I will point at... I will have to remember if anybody ever comes up to me and says that. Then I will point at them and say, "You're the main protagonist." Ah, it's amazing. Let me come with you. I'll be your humorous sidekick. I'll make jokes all the time and everything. I won't
Do
get
you
on your
recognize
nerves.
this man?
No.
We will have exciting adventures, and I will, you know, not die until it is emotionally appropriate that way.
Would you
That
like
would
to
be
shake
great.
hands?
I do not think so, senor.
I do not like you.
Do you recognize this matchbook?
I don't smoke.
I do need a new voice for my new character, which hopefully will be on tonight's Steam Still Murder stream, providing Bert is well enough to do things. So, I do not think so, senor. I'm already the sidekick in Fallout. Yeah, I suppose I am the sidekick in Fallout. Next to Kira the treasure hunter.
This lab pass mean anything to you?
Nothing.
You can pass labs.
Have you got any use for a fistful of plaster?
No.
Oh, what about a blood pressure?
What do you make of this?
Machine?
So that's it. You're a salesman.
If I was hawking medical supplies, I can think of better places to hawk them.
What about balls?
There's a funny story about how I got this ball.
I don't want to hear it.
I do not know you well enough.
What do you know about the Templars?
Who wants to know?
Are you angling for a bribe or something?
Yeah.
You have nothing that I want, senor, except the pleasure of your absence.
The guy was obviously protecting the Countess against the whole world.
But why?
I don't know.
Tell me about the Countess de Vasconcelos.
She doesn't receive guests. That's all you need to know.
You don't even
Nope.
know what I have to talk to her about.
She hasn't won the lottery, has she?
As I said, in this one, we're just going to be as truthful as possible. So I'm not going to say, yes, she's won millions of pesos. We're in Spain, so yeah, it would be pesos. It's certainly not euros at this point.
No, she hasn't won the lottery.
A more cunning man might have claimed that she had.
Oh yeah? They might have, might they?
And that more cunning man would have been kicked off the premises. The Countess doesn't do the lottery.
Well, I'm glad to know that I am not more cunning. Jeffrey Pesos.
Okay.
Millions
Well,
of
I'll see you
Jeffrey
around.
Pesos.
Adios.
You can do whatever you want with them, which is, I don't know. What would you do with a Jeffrey Pesos? Alright, over here. No, wait, where is that taking me?
It was then I realized I'd left home without my pocket siege engine.
Where am I meant to be going? Am I meant to be breaking in the walls? Is that what that is meant to be showing me? Okay. Was that in the original? I don't remember that from the original. I mean, it's a single line, though. That is the way in. Over here, we have a hose. Look, it's a hose.
The hose ran from some sort of utility room all the way to the lawn. I didn't like the idea of carrying 30 yards of hose around me, so I left it alone.
Looks in pockets. Yep, I can see why 30 yards of hose would, you know, be bad for you. Alright, well, let's just go inside then. I'm sure that crotchety old man will just let us wander into the house with absolutely no problems whatsoever.
Hey, you.
Yeah, me?
Yeah? What is it?
You would not like it if people just wandered into your home, would you?
Well, no, I guess not.
Then show a little consideration.
Okay. Sorry.
I've considered it. I'm going in anyway. No?
Hey, you.
Yes?
I've already told you. You are not allowed in the house. Understand?
Interesting.
Okay.
Alright, I mean, I'm going to try it one last time. You're going to give me a different thing? You're going to spray me with a hose? You're going to cover me in rainbows?
Hey, you.
Yes?
I've already told you. You are not allowed in the house. Understand?
Okay.
I mean, it will make this conversation I want to have with your mistress very difficult. I can stand outside shouting at her all the time. Or, I can remember how this puzzle goes. I mean, I cannot get in there to block it off. Do not have anything to cut it with, but I do have pressure gauge, which I can inflate so that it stops the water coming. There it is. Water is stopped. Or at least lowered to a trickle. But... Ah!
My hose has stopped.
Yeah?
See, my hose never stops.
Well, I'm sorry to hear it. It's always sad when an old tradition comes to an end.
Did you have anything to do with it? See, you.
Well, I'm shocked. I'm mortified. How could you think such a thing?
Very easily, senor. Very easily. I'm going to find out why my hose has stopped. And that means going into the house. You are not, absolutely not, to go in the house. If you do go in the house, I will set the dogs on you.
Well, I guess that told me. I guess we're going to stand here forever, then. And I will never, ever get to go in the house. I can't recall if I get the blood pressure thing back or not. I can't recall another point where I need it. Oh, sorry about that. Play with the hose? No! Go! Cancel! 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 Go away! No! Oh. I don't remember playing with a hose. Alright, well I stepped outside again. Can I go and play with a hose? No idea if you can. Ah! You made me come out for no reason. Look at it, it's poorly animated and I can't... There's no interaction thing. Ah, never mind. I guess. I mean, this game skirts around. I'm showing everyone my tool and talking about that, and now an old man and I can't play with his hose. He was talking about how his hose always worked. I mean, this game, it skirts around the outside of doing things that are questionable.
A big chandelier, studded with plain white candles. Probably pretty impressive when all lit up. And it must keep the moth population down.
Do they not have electricity out here?
I couldn't go up there.
Yes, you could. Hey, look, it's the gardener.
I could see the gardener trying to figure out what was wrong with the hose. Time for cat-footed stealthiness. There was no way that I wanted to draw attention to myself.
I was just going to go and walk and talk to him. Alright, what if I go up the stairs? Cat-footed stealthiness.
Hey, you on the stairs.
Oops.
Yes.
I know this doesn't look good, but
Look, senor, all I want is a quiet life. A life without mad, house-breaking foreigners in it. Understand?
Look, I just wanted to, use the bathroom.
Leave now, please.
Okay, I'm going.
What? Seeing your hose not flowing got me thinking of my hose not flowing, and then... you know, I needed my hose to flow. Alright, well, fortunately, I can just immediately go back in. Hey, it's an ancient set of armor.
I love suits of armor. Who doesn't?
People who are up against other people who are wearing suits of armor and you have none? Woof, woof, woof. But he doesn't hear those dogs for some reason. Oh, there's a plant. I can hide behind
There's
the
a big
plant.
aspidistra sitting on a table in the hall.
Maybe I can smash him over the head with the aspidistra.
Hey, you.
Yes?
Who, me?
Come here.
Yes? I just needed to pet your dogs.
This is the second time I've caught you skulking around in here.
Yeah, it
If
is.
I find you in here once more, I'd call the police.
There's no reason to drag the police into this. I
do not want to hear your excuses. Leave.
Okay,
But I want to
don't
do a
get
thing.
excited.
I mean, his hand is now behind the door as if he's going to shut the door on me. But then he never does. Instead, he shakes his fist at me. Alright, well, we're going back in. I'm going to look at the aspidistra, and then we'll actually do the solve of the puzzle. Don't worry, I'm looking at your aspidistra.
I didn't want a pot plant.
Alright, okay. Well, you foolish people, let me do this.
I hid behind the armor.
See how amazingly I blend in with my surroundings.
Hey, you. I know you are there, American. All right, you dogs. I'm coming.
How he doesn't see me. He must have terrible vision. Woo! Slip past an overprotective gardener. Hide and sneak. Achievement unlocked. What's in there?
It was just a little utility room with no exit, unless you counted the window, and I didn't.
Oh, but there's also a mirror.
It was a small mirror hanging over the sink. From the scum in the sink, it looked like he shaved there.
Alright. Yoink! Oh no, not yoink. Just making sure I look good. Alright, okay. Let's do it again. If we're going up to meet the Countess, want to look our best. Yep, run my hand through my hair 4 times. I'm sure that's it. Oh, I never looked to see if there was anything with the warthogs. Hello!
Madre Dios, who are you?
My name's George Stobbart. I'm sorry to burst in like this.
You must leave at once. You're not wanted here.
Please, if you'd just listen a minute.
Very well. State your business, Senor Stobbart.
There's been a series of murders, part of some conspiracy. Anyway, the trail led me here.
Here? There is nothing for the outside world here.
Over 600 years ago there was.
What do you mean?
This whole thing ties in somehow with the Knights Templar.
The Knights Templar are dust.
They had a secret that was so important, they went to a lot of trouble to hide it.
I do not see what this has to do with my family.
Your family had a strong connection with the Templars, right? I believe that they've planted some clues here.
Why should I believe a complete stranger who barges into my home?
Just let me have a look around.
And everything.
If I find nothing...
You'll be spending the night at the police station. Very well. Please, sit down.
Thank you.
Alright. She's let me into her home. She's generously let the conspiracy theorists talk to her about things. So, the first thing I want to do, obviously, is shake her by the hand.
Would you like to shake hands?
A formal bow will suffice.
Alright, what if I instead showed you this snotty tissue?
Does this tissue mean anything to you?
Yeah?
Where is this line of questioning going?
Nowhere helpful.
Alright, well, what about this man? This is the man who is a killer. If you see him... I was going to say run, but you are old, and I do not think you could outrun him.
No, I have never seen him before in my life. Who is he?
I've got a couple of names for him, but they're probably false. He's the killer.
No, his face is utterly unfamiliar.
Good. At least he hasn't been here. Yet.
Dun dun dun. What about this red nose?
Does
this
this
that
red
remind you of
nose
anything?
mean anything to you?
No, dear. El Flojo.
That would be the TV clown, yeah?
Clown in all important aspects. Apart from the one about being funny.
I'm interested to see what happens if you do not know who El Flojo is before you come up here. Because, I mean, that's a minor variation in dialogue. Unless he somehow knows that it is the TV clown.
Do you know what this is?
No, it looks very practical, though.
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
Club Alamut. Not an establishment that I am familiar with. A young
Not
man.
a senior citizen's place, then. Alright.
Does this lab pass mean anything to you?
Nothing at all.
Do you know what this is?
Desiccated gypsum.
No, it's plaster of Paris. Plaster of Paris is desiccated gypsum, isn't it? I could tell that I wasn't impressing her. I got this ball off a juggler in Paris.
Yeah,
I couldn't juggle,
throw it
see?
to your dogs.
And he thought he was so superior. But, and this is the funny part, I put a red nose on and made out that I was trying to be incompetent. It brought the house down. He was so angry because I'd upstaged... Yeah, well, you had to be there.
I fear that you are probably right.
I wonder if
Senor Stobbart.
I could go and be a rocket scientist, about which I know absolutely nothing, as we have already proved. But I could put on a red nose and be so incompetent at being a rocket scientist that everybody would think, oh, he's an hilarious clown, instead, you know, and they wouldn't charge me with being a horrible rocket scientist who caused rockets to explode before they were even turned on. But instead, oh look, it was some hilarious thing that he did. No? Alright, well, let's talk about the Knights Templar then, Countess.
I know your family is involved with the Templars, but I don't know how.
You should be asking how my family were involved, Senor Stobbart. The Templars ceased to exist centuries ago. And as for the De Vasconcelos, the line dies with me.
I'm sorry.
Don't be.
Well, we can change that. You can adopt me, is what I'm thinking.
Okay, whatever happened, happened almost 700 years ago. So, if the Templars left any clues, they're going to be in stuff that dates back to the early 14th century.
Obviously.
So, what do you have around here that's early medieval?
Early medieval. Let me think.
The gardener is.
The house is relatively modern, a scant 3 centuries old. Or, of course, the chess set.
That chess set is over 600 years old? It must be worth a fortune.
Indeed it is. Not that I would part with it, of course.
No, I wouldn't either. That's the sort of thing that gets handed down to your children. Sorry.
Its value is less than you might think. The set is not complete. One of the pieces is a modern replacement. As to the original, it was lost a long time ago.
Nobody has any idea where it is?
No. The children had it when they were taken.
Children? What children?
All in good time, Senor Stobbart.
Damn those children. Always stealing things that weren't theirs and, playing with chess sets and trying to improve their abilities to learn strategic thinking and stuff. How dare they? How dare children think to better themselves like that? Oh my goodness.
May I examine the chess set?
Certainly.
Next,
but do not move any of the
grow up and
pieces.
be adults.
Okay, thanks. Close up, the modern piece stood out like a sore thumb. There was something else odd about the set. All of the original pieces had irregular bases.
My lady, I have to warn you, there's
an American. Ugh.
You! Why, I'll feed you to the dogs.
Lopez, what have I told you about feeding intruders to the dogs?
But, my lady...
Don't do
Never
it. You'll
without
give the
my
dog's
permission.
heart failure. Oh, never without my permission.
Senor Stobbart, if I find that you're wasting my time, you will be fed to the dogs. Now, I want to show you something interesting.
But
follow me.
If you feed me to the dogs, I won't be able to spend a night in jail. So
Lopez,
which of the two is it?
Unlock the door, por favor. This is the only remaining structure on the estate contemporary with the Templars.
Nice. What is it, a summer house?
A mausoleum, Senor Stobbart.
Oh.
Come with me.
Idiot American cheering himself up.
Hey, senor.
Yeah?
I do not know what you have told my lady to be shown these favors, but I do not trust you.
You've got nothing to worry about. Aren't you coming in?
No, the dead do not interest me. My garden is a living thing. I will be there.
Well, I promise not to murder your lady, even though I have come in here talking about conspiracy theories and other, mad things.
Wow, this is old.
It was constructed in the 13th century as the final resting place for the De Vasconcelos Templars.
It's well maintained.
These are my ancestors, and they deserve respect. I come here at least once a week to say a prayer for them.
Mind if I have a look around?
By all means.
Alright, well, first of all, there's this big obvious tomb here.
The mausoleum contained 5 tombs for 5 of the Knights Templar, man-size in marble.
Alright, and this one?
I wasn't about to start heaving at sarcophagus lids with the Countess standing there.
Could you go outside for a moment, Countess? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a blank space. Is that for you? There's a candle.
Hanging from the ceiling was a huge yellowed candle. It looked really old and had never been lit.
I mean, I have candles that are old. Well, I have candles that are at least 20 years old, so they're not that old. But they are orange, but they were always orange.
High up in the
So it's not
dome
as if
were
they yellowed
windows.
themselves.
I guess
with
they might
age.
open them to make it less stuffy in there.
All right, what if I close it?
I couldn't climb up there without breaking something.
Well, do it then. Break something.
I couldn't reach up there.
All right. Well, look, you found a pole.
It was a rod with a cone and a hook on the end. I guessed it was for snuffing out the big candle in the chandelier.
All right. And what's this? It's a lectern.
In front of the shrine was a lectern with a Bible on it.
Also, there's a
A
statue.
big statuette of the Virgin Mary kept an eye on the place. It was too delicate to move.
Also, probably too heavy.
On removing the Bible, I found a pattern on the lectern top. Hey, it's a checkerboard.
Or a chessboard, maybe?
The lectern top had a pattern of glass squares on it. Close up, I could see that the pattern was made up of glass squares over a checkerboard pattern. Some of the squares had little jagged holes in the middle.
Well, what about that, Countess? Do you not have a description for the Countess? Oh, okay. I mean, it's the Countess.
May I ask you something?
She let me into her house. All right. I've shown you all of those things. Tell me about the lady.
Is the Virgin Mary really the right person to be sharing a mausoleum with 5 knights?
You are showing your ignorance, Senor Stobbart. The Templars were dedicated to the Virgin Mary.
I mean, what are you trying to... What are you hinting at, George? Are you suggesting that the dead knights will rise up and violate the Virgin Mary there? I don't understand why you're saying, why is she here in this dead place? This is a place of significance to them, and why would they not want someone who is revered in their religion in the place with them? You weirdo, George.
Who exactly are these people?
My ancestors. These 5 men were all members of the Templars.
5 ancestors in the order. You must be very proud.
Not 5. 6.
Where's the 6th knight?
He was lost to us.
You lost an ancestor?
It is a family matter. It can have no relevance.
Well, it's connected with the curse of the Vasconcelos, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I hope you will honor my desire not to talk about it.
Okay, well, I'll leave it for now.
I mean, I don't even know about the curse of the Vasconcelos yet, so that's a thing. And who did you think was going to be in this mausoleum? This is the place of the Vasconcelos that has been there for centuries. Did you think they just buried 6 random strangers in the mausoleum? Of course it was going to be their ancestors. Alright. Hey, I found a chessboard.
What's the story with the glass chessboard?
Glass chessboard? Oh, the pattern on the lectern. Purely decorative, I'm sure.
There are pieces of glass missing from it.
Oh, it has been like that since I was a girl.
Alright, well...
The gaps in the glass chessboard look awfully deliberate.
No, it is ridiculous. What possible significance can it have?
It's part of a chessboard, and the gaps are for...
Senor Stobbart. You cannot mean...
This place was built for the Templars. Your chess set is as old as the Templars. It's kind of suggestive, isn't it?
Maybe. Tell me about the candle.
That's a big candle. Where would you buy a thing like that from?
You could not. It is an antique, unique to my knowledge.
Just how old is it?
It dates from the Middle Ages, when the Moors controlled Spain. The candle was to be lit as a signal to the estate workers if the Moors attacked.
You can buy it from IKEA. Yeah, why not? That's great. That's where you get a giant candle like that. And they will give you some meatballs as well.
You certainly know your history.
What's your opinion of the Templars, Senor Stobbart?
The Templars?
Well, they seem no worse than a lot of the knightly orders.
You are mistaken. Compared to the simpering politicians of the Hospitallers or the brutish Teutonics, the Knights Templar were the embodiment of chivalry. The filthy, money-grabbing French king and his pet pope did a great wrong. A bane settled upon my family at the whim of that self-seeking tyrant.
It was all a long time ago.
Some things don't die. Injustice is one of them.
I mean, I think that comic book series is over now. Injustice. I think they finally wrapped up the Superman Gone Bad story that they were telling. So, you know, even Injustice may die.
I think this must be it. This is what the manuscript is pointing to.
This is extraordinary. Am I to understand that the Templars left a puzzle here? And in all of this time we failed to realize that there was a puzzle?
It was wonderful to watch the Countess change before my eyes.
Right. Well, no time for wallowing in self-pity, eh, Senor Stobbart?
Aha,
This
revitalized.
mystery has had a good long run, but it ends here and now.
All those years of fatalism were falling away from her.
Lopez! Lopez! Put that hose down and listen! Go to the house and get my chess set!
Always playing with
Yes,
his hose.
the old chess set! Oh, damn the game! Now, hurry! My, this is exciting, is it not?
Don't get too excited. This could be a blind alley.
Oh, I do not believe that for a moment.
It's good to see you happy.
Happy? You know, I think I am.
I think you're excited. Alright, okay, let's talk about the Knights Templar while we're waiting for the chess set to arrive.
While we're waiting, I'd really like to know what happened here. I mean, the curse and everything?
It all began at the time of the dissolution of the Templars. Don Carlos had already left their ranks to become a scholar.
Don Carlos, is he the guy who went missing?
Si, but he had reckoned without the local bishop. Their bishop envied us our lands and determined to use the papal edict as an excuse to destroy us. Don Carlos was on one of his scholarly journeys when the Inquisition arrived. When Don Carlos returned, it was to find his loyal manservant slain and his children gone.
They took the kids? But why?
Oh, we will never know. The bishop denied all knowledge of the children's disappearance. But witnesses had seen his men kill the servant who had been charged to protect them.
What happened to Don Carlos?
He swore he'd find his children if he had to go to the edge of the world. He put on his armor and took up his sword and shield and rode out alone. He was never seen again.
Incorrect. He was seen by a lot of
Lopez,
people, just
you have the
nobody
pieces.
here.
See, my lady, as you asked.
Por favor, Senor Stobbart, would you be so kind?
My lady.
Calm yourself, Lopez. I believe Senor Stobbart's motives are pure.
Very well, my lady.
I mean, he is an American. Well, they're about as pure
My
as an
lady
American can
seems
be.
to trust you.
But you don't.
No, senor.
Good. Keep not trusting me. Watch out for your lady, that is good. Now.
It fits, Senor Stobbart. It fits.
Working quickly, I found which pieces went into which holes.
Gonna not open that case entirely. Hey, here we are. Alright, okay. Bishop, a king, and a knight. Well, this is... Okay, I was gonna say... I was gonna say, in the original, they were all just square bases, as we can see here. No? And not the irregular shape that they are here, that they mentioned. They would keep saying, oh, they were an irregular shape. Alright, can you not go in that space? No, you can go in that space. So why can I not put you in the irregular? Why will you not go there? Alright, well, whatever. Alright, and we need to do this so that they're not being taken. That is the thing. That's the key. You are currently in check. If I put you there, that cannot be, because the Queen can take you. So you can be taken there, though. So if I put you there, I do not think anything can take you from there, can you? Because you're a pawn, I think. So the king is currently in check. This king cannot be got by anything. This protects that space. And then if I go there, one, two, one, yeah. You can't go there. I mean, if I go here. Alright, okay. I don't know why I missed
Look!
that.
What is that? It's not the Holy Grail, is it?
No, Senor Stobbart.
Aww.
It is the communion chalice of the De Vasconcelos, missing for almost 700 years.
Wow. Well, go on.
I cannot. I can hardly believe it is real.
Go ahead. Live a little.
Are you sure? This is your moment of triumph, Senor Stobbart.
Sure, I'm sure. The possibility of death traps only occurred to me a few days later.
I mean... Dun 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 dun. Back in Nico's apartment.
So the curse of the De Vasconcelos is lifted?
Oh no, the Countess was thrilled to find the lost chalice, but there's still the riddle of the missing knight.
Well, you can forget about that now and get back to finding the Templar's secret.
Actually, I promised the Countess I'd find Don Carlos.
You what?
I can explain everything.
You have got the odds for a withered old Spanish aristocrat?
The Countess entrusted me with the chalice and the quest for her ancestor's tomb.
You're as crazy as she is. Haven't you got enough problems? Khan and the Templars?
Nah,
It's
I
all
need more
part of the
problems.
same thing. The chalice is important, I'm sure. The manuscript pointed us to the knight, and I have to find him.
What then?
I don't know. But when the knight and the chalice are reunited, maybe I will.
Alright. Hey, look, she lent me the chalice.
This is the chalice I discovered in Spain.
I still can't figure out why the Countess gave it to you. After losing it for all those years, she simply gave it away to a total stranger? She's one prawn short of a paella.
The Countess is a fine lady. You shouldn't compare her with seafood.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's something going on between you and that Countess.
Are you serious? She's old enough to be my grandmother.
Are you jealous?
Let's take another look at the manuscript.
Oh, now we got 4 things to look at. One of them's gone away. It's the lady with 3 faces.
There's a woman looking at her reflection in a mirror, but the reflection has 3 hideous faces.
And there's the
The
knight.
Knight Scroll bears a phrase in Latin. Through my teachings, you will be enlightened.
Will I now? Thank you.
That's the clue that led me to Spain.
Excellent.
There's a guy with a sword and a bull. Between them is a gem supported by a tripod.
Alright. Well, I mean, why wasn't one of those clues there before? What happened? It just wasn't allowed? Alright, okay. you want to see the chalice again?
Did I show you the chalice?
Yes, George, you did.
Alright, bye.
Do you think I should go to Marib?
It's a long way, George.
Alright, looks like I'm going to Marib. But before we go there... Hello, fortune teller. Ooh, the hidden chalice. Recover an ancient artifact from the Costa Calida. Achievement unlocked.
Hello, my handsome friend.
Do you want to see a chalice?
Maybe not.
Oh, okay.
See you later.
That's right, monsieur. You will.
Off we go. Let's go to the Museum Kroon and see if you want to... I mean, it's not historically significant, but perhaps you would like to see the chalice? Oh, and it's still not back. Hey, I thought you were going to return the tripod. Have you sold it on the black market, Nico?
Hello, Georgie.
It's a chalice.
What do you make of this cup, Andre?
It's a 14th century communion vessel. Spanish, probably.
You sure know your onions.
Yeah, well done.
What does this ball mean to you?
It's a juggling ball. I love juggling.
I should have guessed.
You can't have it.
Thanks for your help, Andre.
It's
You're
my
welcome.
juggling ball. Oh, wait. Wait a second. I haven't tried to talk to you about the 14th
Pardon
century
me?
communion chalice.
Oui, monsieur?
The chalice from the palace has a brew that is true.
Does this old cup mean anything to you?
Nothing, monsieur.
Alright, okay. And the juggler's ball?
What does this ball mean to you?
Nothing, monsieur.
Alright.
Thanks for your help.
I know that. I know that is a phrase from something. Chalice from the palace has the brew that is true. I'm certain I've heard it before, but do I know where that's from? No. Oh, we can go to the Café de la Château. Alright, I don't know why we would want to come back here. Because it's all closed up still, unless it isn't closed up, which would be a surprise for me. No, it is still closed up. Look, it's all boarded over entirely now. We can go through this door. Maybe now I can... Is it locked? No, hello!
Hi there, remember me?
Ah, mais oui, Inspector. Have you found him?
Who?
Not just
The man
yet.
in the sewer, of course.
I'm, sifting through the evidence.
Yuck.
Ah, rather you than me, monsieur.
Exactly.
That reminds me, someone's been impersonating you. Came sniffing around just after you'd gone. Bold as brass. He tried to tell me he was a policeman. Inspector Rousseau, he claimed. I didn't tell him I'd been talking to
Tintin
you,
just
not
redeemed sit
hours
on it and
before.
swivel.
Thank goodness. Impersonating a police officer is a serious offense. A man with so little respect for the law must be desperate.
Yes, my father.
Spin,
used
spin,
to say,
spin.
Desperation
Or swivel, swivel, swivel,
opens
as
the
it's
door
sitting
to
in swivel and
the
not
devil. He was
spin.
always coming out with things like that. Stupid man. So, when you are not exploring sewers, what do you do?
I take a lot of showers.
Yuck.
Oh, very good, monsieur. A policeman with a sense of humor.
I hope you enjoyed my spinning. Now we'll come back here because I do not think I had the buzzer when I tried to do this, so I want to try and buzz your hand. Because I know there is achievement for trying to buzz everybody's hand. So, you know.
Shake my hand. Go on, shake it.
You're joking, aren't you? Nothing personal, but you've been mucking about down this sewer.
I have been. Alright, and look, I've got a chalice. Do you like the chalice?
Maybe not.
Why am I not showing anybody my chalice?
What do you think of my ball?
Ah, I am a little too old for games, monsieur.
Alright, okay. Well, I was
I have
hoping
to be
that you were
going.
back.
Good luck,
But maybe you're
Inspector.
back in the second
I
game?
hope you catch that
Person
killer
who should
soon.
be here? can't recall, because I know that you can come back. Or at some point they do come back. Either in this game or the second game, because then you can talk to them and they can go, "Oh, I won a lot of money off of that horse dip you gave me." And we're going to go to Mount Fuckle. Oh, you're back! Hey! I'll try to show you the thing.
You're back!
Oui, I have returned.
Why?
Hello again.
Hello again, monsieur.
Why are you back?
Well, I wasn't expecting to see you back here again.
No? Well, it is a strange thing, but I am here on duty.
On duty? But you're just sitting there drinking wine.
He said
no,
duty.
I am not just drinking wine. I am undercover.
I must be missing something. You're in uniform.
Precisely, monsieur. My cover is that of an indolent, wine-guzzling police officer.
You've got me convinced.
Merci. But in reality, my every muscle is poised, every nerve honed. I am drawn tight, ready to pounce. Dang!
Who or what were you planning to pizzang on?
You must have heard, monsieur, of the terror that is gripping Paris.
You mean the killings? Oh, at last, someone's
good.
taken action.
We can stop doing this now. If it's the killers.
People die every day. No, I am on the trail of Sewer Jacques.
Who?
Sewer Jacques, the terror of the subterranean city. He pops up here, he pops up there. The cops, they seek him everywhere. Is he so hush or beneath the neck? That damned elusive Sewer Jacques.
Bravo, that's very good.
Merci. I was up half the night writing that.
Well done. Okay, who or what is Sewer Jack? Apart from they're
Who
in the
is this
sewers?
Sewer Jacques character anyway?
Ah, if we but knew that, we could have him in custody in an hour. But he is cunning. To despoil the sewers of our fair city, he has committed many deceptions. He has pretended to be a police officer and deluded a poor war veteran.
Uh-oh.
He has pretended to be a jongleur.
Wow, is that the time?
And an American tourist. What nationality are you, monsieur?
Canadian. Well, gotta go now. See ya. Well, it's not everyone who can say they started an urban myth.
Oh, George.
I think he suspected me of being the mysterious Sewer Jacques. And the last thing I needed at the moment was to be arrested for crimes against public sanitation.
Oh, well, I guess that means we will never be able to ask him about the chalice and hear the, no. And we came back here because I cannot recall if it is now. Are you back now? Are you here now? Is there a priest? Is there a priest in this house? No. You're not even hiding over here. Alright, well, here's a bunch of tombs. Let's look at the tombs and tomb them.
A stone knight lay at the end of a row of 4.
Yep.
I wondered if this guy had died in combat.
Maybe?
A stone knight lay in full stone armor, blank eyes looking at the ceiling.
No.
Carrying all that armor around must have been hard work. The second stone knight in a row of 4 lay on the church floor.
I mean, it depends if you're going left to right or right to left.
I was surprised Philip Lebel had left this place alone. A stone knight lay on the church floor.
I am doing this because I hate the Knights Templar. Even saying that, and then you've got to be a pretty you've got to have your ducks in a row and be pretty sure that everybody will believe that you are doing this for the right reasons if you are desecrating a church in this manner. To go and try and dig up a bunch of knights, etc.
Just think, there's a dead guy under there.
Ooh, thank you.
Tintin Egg just redeemed
A
hydrate.
knight there in the company of his fellows.
Tintin Egg. All right.
Biblical
I would
references
say
engraved
Tintin 3G.
into the tomb edge
Alright.
to guide his way to the next world. I guess.
No?
Biblical references engraved into the tomb edge to guide his way to the next world. I guess.
Alright.
A knight's tomb, his effigy in marble lying in perpetual state.
Mmm. Delicious, delicious hydrating water. So hydrating. So water-like.
Waiting in prayer for the judgment day.
No? Not yet? Alright, okay. Out we go. And off to Syria we head. Which I don't know if it is the longest chapter of them all or not, but I feel it is quite long. I look like Captain Lou Avon. I'm afraid I do not know who that is. I do not recognize the reference. Off to the aeroport we go ahead. And we can't go back there. Which is a shame. You know, we could go over there and see the Countess again. Have fun. But no, here we are. We are in Marib. Hey! First of all, let's get a good look at that cat. It's a cat.
The cat was an ugly brute who looked like he owned the joint.
Oh, he won't let me stroke him. We'll just jump up there. Oh my god, there's a rifle?
The rifle looked dangerous. To the user.
I don't remember that.
I didn't really want to lug the rifle around with me.
Whoop. No, there is a rifle up there in the original. I don't remember that though. Okay. There's a shelf.
An old executive toy and a cheap plaster statuette. There didn't seem much helpful around here. I had neither the money nor the desire to buy any of that garbage.
That's what you think.
There were some great bargains on the shelf, providing you ran a junk museum. I hadn't come all this way to seek out curios.
Well, tough luck.
It was the sort of bell you see in hotel receptions. Kind of unexpected here.
Bing! Oh, you're just pointing at the little boy. You're not getting annoyed that I'm bringing this bell so many times? No? It's like you're an NPC on a loop. And not a real person at all. What a shame. Alright, how about you?
The stand was being watched by a young boy, maybe 12 years old.
Alright, well, there we go.
Hey there, young fella. Speak ye you the English? Speak you the Anglais? Parlez-vous anglais?
Yes, si, and indeed oui, and rather better than you by the sound of it. My name is Nico.
Well, I am an American.
Welcome
so
to my
you know.
grand emporium of quality merchandise.
Look at it all. Well, let's start by shaking you by the hand.
Here, shake hands, Nijo.
I'd rather not, sir. At least not while you've got that shake and shock buzzer clumsily concealed in your palm.
Oh, you noticed.
Outlawed in 3 separate arms limitation conventions, those are.
Really? Okay. No, do you want to see this chalice?
What do you think of this?
Excellent workmanship. 12th or 13th century. I wish I had things like that for sale.
Man, you're good at identifying these things. You should go on to run a business, or, you know, be a artifact identifier? I don't know, a professor?
What do you think of this?
A beautiful artifact.
Alright, okay. How about a shiny red ball?
What do you think of this, eh?
Oh, sir, what a splendid plaything. One day, when I am rich, I am going to build a world-renowned collection of brightly colored balls.
Are you serious?
In deadly earnest. People will come from far and wide to see my
Yes?
collection. The Rockefellers and the Gettys can keep their hoards of so-called fine art. But answer me this. What good is a Picasso, I ask you, if you cannot bounce it off a wall?
You may have a point.
Right up to the line, talking about how people will come and see his collection. Well, not quite slipping over it. Particularly as
Seriously,
he's
do you
12 years
really
old,
think
Jesus.
this thing's so great?
Take it away, you tempter.
I'll swap it for something off your stand.
Due to seasonal financial considerations, I'm afraid I cannot.
I thought you wanted this thing.
I do, sir. The stand doesn't.
Which in translation meant it's not really my stand, and I'll be in big trouble if I swap anything for something that I want myself.
Alternatively, is there any service that you require?
Not at the moment, but I'll bear it in mind.
Yay! Alright, what about this
This
plaster
plaster
of
was
Paris?
very useful in Ireland.
Really? Your fund of travelers' tales never ceases to enthrall me.
He insulted me without, you know, making it obvious.
Do you know the name Merlin?
I'm afraid not, old bean.
What do you make of this?
Well, beyond the obvious, very little. That pattern seems very familiar, though.
Yep. Have you seen this man?
Have you seen this man before?
No, sir, I'm glad to say. Cold eyes.
Really? You haven't seen that man?
What do you make of this?
A man-sized double-ply tissue stained with Bestheimer's number 12 white pancake grease paint, apparently.
Very well done. And you are saying it is number 12 and not number 7 as the other person says.
A comedian. No surprise there.
And a sewer key.
Look at this. A lifting key as used by Parisian sewer workers.
Callooh, Calais, sir. I must remember this day for posterity. My grandchildren will be fascinated.
And, as used by the one and only Sewer Jacques, I hear. Yes, it is a piece of urban legend. Alright, what do you know about the Knights Templar?
Does the word Templar mean anything to you?
Templar. Templar.
Oh, bing!
Templar. Why, yes, of course.
It does?
Yes. This splendid series of books by Mr. Leslie Charteris, featuring the roguish Mr. Simon Templar.
Great. That's a real help, Nijo. Anything else?
The Saint television program, featuring Mr. Roger Moore of the quizzical eyebrow, and a stick man with a halo. Bing!
Bing! Indeed.
So all Templar means to you is Roger Moore.
I only watched it for the stick man with the halo. Bing! He was better animated.
Oh! Ooh, ow!
So I'm correct in saying that the word Templar doesn't mean much to you.
Well, there was the Order of Knights who were wiped out in an Inquisition in 1312, I suppose.
That's them. What else do you know?
Just how much information do you think there is on a Trivial Pursuit card?
A what?
From the medieval edition. We had it on the stand a couple of years ago. Ask me what a pewter is. Go on, I know all this stuff.
Never mind.
What is a feuter? Can you tell us?
Okay, forget about the Templars for a minute. What do you know about knights?
Like the Crusaders, they came to the east on an insane and pointless mission. They sacrificed thousands of lives, including their own, for insensate pride. How anyone can find them romantic confounds me.
Oh, that is good to have the position from I'm assuming a non-Christian? From someone who grew up in the area where that sort of thing would be happening? Or, not quite in the area, but, you know, outside of the area that would have romanticized them. The stall?
So, this is your stand?
Oh, yes, sir. Though stand does not begin to do it justice. The finest in this bustling metropolis.
This is a bustling metropolis?
Well, not per se, no.
I mean, it's got more sounds of people than there have been in Paris. I mean, there were cars going past and things, but I mean, this is the most people we have. Look, there are 3 people on screen at the same time. Or 4 if you include George. Which, I guess we had the tourists who were a bunch of 5 people. But that's the most number of people. Or that is the second most number of people we have seen. Oh well, include the cat as well. Okay, then 5. And we had Dwayne wander in here as well. Look, there's Dwayne right now. That's 6 people, including the cat. I mean, I guess Montfaucon still might outrank it because there were the 5 people, the tourists, and then there was the other, the policeman, and George, and the jongleur. So that would be 8, and we've got 6 here. So I mean, it's still a bustling metropolis. But hey, all right. Tell us about the cat. Speaking of the cat,
that's not a very friendly cat you got there, Nijo.
No, sir. It is a very unfriendly cat.
Why do you keep it?
Oh, it's not mine. It just rests where it pleases. And today, it pleases to rest there. As Kipling would say, it is a cat that walks by itself.
Fiercely independent.
And it smells.
I mean, how does it smell? With its nose. He said,
how
reversing
much are
the
those
joke.
Books there on the shelf?
Have you any Syrian pounds?
I think I might have a couple of Irish pund.
Then they're too expensive for you, sir.
Can you not accept American dollars? Aren't they accepted everywhere? Can I not use American Express here or something? No? You have Tap and Pay? Tap and Go? iPay? Or Apple Pay or whatever it's called? Google Pay? No? None of those things? Oh well. Alright, tell me about yourself.
You speak very good English.
Thank you, sir. I learned from tapes that my uncle procured.
Oh, a language course.
No, sir. Jeeves and Wooster. Gussie, Fink, Nottle, Aunt Agatha. What ho?
There are worse places you could have learned English from. I mean, and if it was, well, let's see, this was made, no. I was going to say, this was made in 96, 97? And the Jeeves and Worcester thing would have been coming out about the same time. The one I'm thinking of is the one with Stephen Fry and Hugh Laurie. So yeah, you couldn't have learned English from those tapes. It couldn't be videotapes of that. It had been audio tapes of somebody reading the books.
Is that your father lurking in the back of the stand?
Sure.
He is indeed.
Oh, okay.
A roaring fellow. Ayub's his name.
You don't sound like you respect him very much.
Don't I? Not only do I respect him, I rather like him. For all his bluster, we get on very well.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go. Thanks a lot.
So long, Nijo.
Poodle pip, sir.
I will remember that you need to, you want the ball. In the meantime, I'm just going to annoy your father. No? Alright, well, let's go and look at other people around here then. See what else we got. Well, hello! Oh, hold on. If we can... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still only 7. But, you know, oh. No, I can't go over there and ring the bell and keep this guy in frame as well. So, yeah, never mind. Alright, well, there's a
How
trader.
did this guy make a living selling useless old machine parts in the middle of nowhere? He didn't have anything that I needed.
Don't you need a useless old machine part?
It was a guess, but I figured the woman to be an American tourist. Just call me Sherlock.
Alright, if you're going to change your name in the middle of the thing to go undercover.
Embarrassed as I am to admit it, you can spot an American tourist a mile off. The guy running the stand seemed pretty happy. People always want fruit. I wasn't hungry and didn't want to buy fruit, so I didn't start a conversation.
I mean, why aren't you... maybe you want it later. I don't know. It's a vendor.
The stallholder's face wasn't a great ad for running a kebab stand. It was a kebab stand, and an ugly one at that. Hi, what's your name, sir?
Hello, you buy kebab. Most good.
Most good. Check my hand.
What do you make of this?
Buy kebab. Most good.
What do you think of this?
Buy kebab. Come to the...
Does this mean anything to you?
No, you buy kebab.
I'd value your opinion on this, sir.
Nah, you buy kebab. None?
Kebab.
What do you make of this, sir?
You buy kebab. You buy kebab. Yum, most good.
I'd value your opinion on this, sir.
Nah, you buy kebab. None?
No, all of these things. Have you seen this?
What do you
person?
make of this, sir?
You buy kebab. You buy kebab. Yum, most good.
No.
I'd value your opinion on this, sir.
Nah, you buy kebab. None?
We're just going to go through all of his dialogue.
What do you make of this, sir?
You buy kebab. You buy kebab. Yum, most good.
I'd value your opinion on this, sir.
Nah, you buy kebab. None?
Well, goodbye. Have a nice day.
Most good.
Most good kebabs.
Hi, I was wondering whether you could help me.
Oh, yeah, that's Dwayne. Come over here. No, come out of the shade, Dwayne. Well, I don't know. Maybe
Why,
it's too
sure,
hot.
son. Always got time for a fellow American. The name's Henderson. Dwayne Henderson.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Henderson.
Hell, boy. I'm not in the office. Call me Dwayne.
Oh, okay. Dwayne. My name's George Stobbart.
Yay! And being one of the not most enduring characters in the series, but definitely a favourite who comes back, Dwayne. He's crazy, but great. And yeah. No!
Tinternet just redeemed Streech.
Thank you. I could do with a big old stretch. Is one my favourite in the series. One certainly has a soft spot in my heart because obviously it's the first one in the series that I've played, but I don't know. There are more things, there are more spots that I can remember from the second one. For instance, I remember the Easter egg more fondly. The one where you can find Robert's, whatever his name is, from Beneath the Steel Sky in there. And you get... And there's more characterization of Nico in it. And there's a talking goat, which is again another Easter egg, which is fun. And I don't know. I don't know if the puzzles are better or more well formed, because, you know, they're coming into a second game, so they've got the experience of having done this one. Although, obviously, they've done other point-and-click stuff as well before. But coming into this, knowing, hey, we know what Broken Sword is, we don't have to build a foundation as well and establish these characters. I think maybe they were more well-defined and thus were better in it. So yeah, and I've only played 3, 4, and 5 once here on the stream. I've never played those before elsewhere. So they are games that I have played and remember, but I don't have the same love for them because I wasn't playing them, you know, 20 odd years ago. So I don't have the same exciting memories of them. So yeah. For you, it's 1, 2, 5, 3, 4. Which is this game where Nico played it. That is also the second one, where it's a you're trying to build up the Mayan calendar or pictures that you see on a door, and you're trying to do it. And yeah, that is a thing you can do. I think for me, it might be 2, 1, and then 5 is the Kickstarter one, which I don't know. Parts of it just felt too self-indulgent, or maybe I'm just remembering the bit right at the end. You know, when the credits are rolling, and so many credits, so many people in there that just left it running through the credits, and it was just, oh my god, so many. But yeah, and 3 is the, or is it 4? One of them's the Egyptian, got the Egyptian puzzles in it, and the 4th one is the one with George's new love in it, which, wow, that was an ending. Or maybe that was a 3rd one which had George's new love. No, I think it was the 4th one. Wow, that was an ending for whichever one of those introduced George's new love to it. Yeah? But no, I think the second one is my favourite, because they didn't have to establish the characters and everything. And it ends with happiness is an inside job, which it's just a fun song. Just like it. Your name could be Bob, and happiness is still an inside job. So yeah. But hey, let's go on. Let's hey, have you met that guy?
Have you talked to Nijo?
Nijo? He's the youngster on that junk stand, right? Yeah, we've met him. He's a smart kid. Speaks 4 languages, and he's never had a day's formal education. He should go far. Kept trying to peddle garbage on us, though.
You're not going to find much worthwhile around here.
I know that, and you know that. But try telling Pearl. She reckons there's antiquities in them doors, Sam.
Alright, well, actually, I should have asked about you first of all, because, you know, hi, I'm a fellow American, and I just want to, you know, question you about everything except you, and don't want to build up a friendship with you.
You're a long way from home, Dwayne.
Could say the same about you, George.
Me? Well, I'm just sightseeing, that's all.
Without a camera, kinda lax to come all this way and not take pictures. Mind if I take a picture of you, George?
What? Why?
For my collection.
Ow! You could have warned me.
You don't mind, do you, George? The folks back home will be real interested.
Apparently George is, I don't know, sensitive to photographs, because the flash didn't go off there, so I don't know why he was saying ow. But okay. You be that sensitive there, George. Oh, and I haven't tried, let me shake you by the hand, sorry.
Shake hands, Dwayne.
Why?
I'm just being friendly.
Let's just be friendly by keeping our hands to ourselves. Yeah?
Alright, okay. Is that your wife over there?
Where is your wife, Dwayne?
Pearl? Oh, she's around, looking for bargains.
What does Pearl do for a living?
Oh, I run a greetings card company, and Pearl writes the poems for him. You ought to ask her to recite some.
Alright, well, what was the guy... You should get in contact with some French policeman in front of Montfaucon, because he writes good poems, although his were about criminals, so I don't know they would have a wide appeal, but still.
What exactly do you do, Dwayne?
Didn't I say? Oh, I run a greeting card company. Yep, we're based in Cleveland, Ohio.
Have you seen a bull around here anywhere?
Do you think bulls have any significance around here?
Weird question, George. Nope, I don't think they have.
What about ladies who see reflections of three faces?
I saw a medieval
thing
picture
around
of
here?
a woman. Royalty or nobility, something like that. She was looking in a mirror, but the reflection was of a man with three faces. What do you think of that?
I think you should be in therapy.
Because I saw a manuscript that showed me that. Alright.
Do you mind if I ask you an odd question?
Okay, but I might not answer it.
Do you know anything about the Templars?
The Knights Templar?
Yep.
Nope. Nothing at all.
Well, you knew they were an order of knights.
What I know and what I say are two different things, boy. I haven't lasted as long as I have in this business without knowing that.
In this business?
Sure. The greetings card business.
Oh, please.
Alright, well, let's ask you about all the items that I've got here. Would you like a red ball?
What do you think of this?
It's a ball. Big deal.
What about this?
Look, I've got some plaster of Paris.
Yeah, and I've got a picture of me shaking hands with George Bush.
All the
Of
way
course,
from
that was back in '76.
Paris, I was going to say. It didn't come from Paris, though. It came from Ireland. It's
Do you
Irish
know the name
plaster of
Merlin?
Paris.
Nope.
Have you
Does this
seen that?
matchbook mean anything to you?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Stupid sexy Flanders.
Have you seen this man before?
Maybe. Where'd you get it?
I just picked it up somewhere.
Sure. I'm always picking up photos of complete strangers and then asking around.
Ow! Damn it!
There. I've got another picture of a complete stranger. Maybe I'll ask around about this one.
Wow, you're being all creepy.
What do you think of this grease paint stained tissue?
You've been hanging around with actors?
Recognize this?
A clown's red nose.
What do you make of this?
A manhole lifting key. So?
Hey, how come you recognize it?
Hey, how come you're carrying it?
Yeah, well, let's just drop the subject, shall we? Does the image of a knight holding a crystal ball mean anything to you?
Hell no. What would a knight want with a hunk of glass?
I don't know. That's the problem.
What's wrong, boy?
It's not a crystal ball.
It all came together in my head. What the conspirators had mentioned losing. The strange perspective of the manuscript.
It's a lens.
Dun dun dun. Well done, George, for putting
Okay,
that
well,
together.
I'll see you around, Dwayne.
Count on it, George.
Yeah, like in the second game. I'm just trying to remember. There was a fan game that was made for this as well, wasn't there? That was 1.5, 2.5. It must have been 1.5 because it featured the. All right, yeah. Spoilers if you don't want to play this fan game, or spoilers if you do want to play this fan game. That is, I don't know how many years old now. But yeah, it features the Hashashin again, the assassin, who I cannot recall how he comes back or why he comes back, but I remember playing it and it was okay. Obviously, it didn't have the voice acting and everything that is in this one, but it was all right. I don't regret having played it, but it wasn't a hugely great game, as evidenced by the fact that I can't remember most of what happened in it.
Marie
2.5
looked pretty
it was.
defendable with a high wall all
you.
around it.
No, I just want to go for a wander in the desert now, please.
I figured going out into the countryside was a pretty good way to get lost.
Yep, probably. But yeah. Alright. Oh. Wares. We didn't look at the wares
The stand
before.
was hawking ancient machine parts.
I mean, we did know
The stand
that.
was hawking ancient machine parts that seemed to be from a stripped-down printing press. I couldn't imagine where they'd come from, or who'd want them.
I imagine they came from a printing press.
It was a guess, but I figured the woman to be an American tourist.
All right.
Just call me Sherlock.
I'd forgotten you'd changed your name.
Hello.
Yeah.
I was wondering whether you could help me.
Why, hi there, handsome. What can I do for you?
Hi, my name's George. I was just...
Well, it certainly is delightful to meet you, George.
I was...
My name's Mrs. Henderson, but you can call me Pearl, I'm sure.
Okay, Pearl. I was...
So nice to meet a friendly American face so far from home.
Pearl?
Yes, dear?
I was just wondering if you could help me.
Why, sure, precious.
Why would... All right. I know she was interrupting you by talking about things, but she was being nice and friendly. And maybe you could have continued on with that. All right. Okay, first of all, let's talk about you.
I've been talking to your husband, Dwayne.
Oh.
Yeah, he tells me that he runs a greeting card company and you write the poems that go in them.
Oh, yes, indeed. I consider myself the artiste of the family. Tell me, George, would you like to hear one of my poems?
Yeah, I would, actually. Tell me about it.
Yes, go on then.
Okay then,
Sounds
darling,
so
here we
enthusiastic.
go. Our sympathy upon this time, when your heart doth break.
I like the dog.
Classy, isn't it?
We know the grief that must entail when your schnauzer gets bitten by a snake.
Ah, it still touches me. What do you think, George?
It's very specific, isn't it?
That's exactly
You
what I was
think
thinking,
so?
George.
We sell a lot of those here.
Really? Okay. Well, shake me by the hand, because you're amazing. I want to shake
like
an artist by the hand.
Zapper with the buzzer.
Really? After she told you one poem? Alright. Well, tell me more things.
So, tell me a little about yourself, Pearl.
Me? Oh, a gentleman's interest is always so flattering. Well, my husband and I run a greetings card company in a cute little place called Akron in Ohio.
Akron? Cute? Little? Hold on. Didn't Dwayne say they were from Cleveland?
What was that, sweetness?
Oh, nothing. I was just thinking out loud.
Dun dun dun, dun dun dun. Horrible people coming to mess with me, although they weren't at the Templars meeting.
I met your husband earlier. He's an interesting man.
That's why I married him.
Oh, tell me more about
You
him.
said that your company is based in Akron.
And Dwayne said it's in Cleveland, no doubt.
Well, yes, he did.
Dwayne was in the Marines and Vietnam, you know. Anyway, he got a medical discharge.
Thing is, he gets confused. We moved away from Cleveland 5 years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean...
He also gets a little paranoid. Thinks he's a spy or something.
I'm so sorry, Pearl.
Don't worry yourself, George. We live with it.
Well, there we go. Alright. Well, have you seen this man? That is an
Have you
important
seen
thing
this
to ask
man
you.
before?
No. A friend of yours?
Quite the
No,
opposite.
not really. What do you make of this grease paint stained tissue?
Oh, it's grease paint.
I thought somebody had gaudy taste in makeup.
What do you make of this grease paint stained tissue?
Oh, it's grease paint.
I thought somebody had gaudy taste in makeup.
That says bad taste, and this says gaudy. Did they not listen to their own game before writing the subtitles? Or, you know, has that been a thing since the first game as well, and it said bad taste there? And they just imported it all in.
Does this red nose mean anything to you?
Reminds me of my late Uncle Abner.
Oh, is he a clown?
No, he was a drunk.
Yeah.
Do you know what this is?
Lord, no. It looks painful, though.
It's a sewer key.
Who'd want to break into a sewer?
Me, twice.
Does this
what do you make
matchbook
it
mean
work?
anything to you?
You're a phenomenon.
Don't they have secret handshakes?
Oh, George, now you're teasing.
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
You're a phenomenon.
Oh, okay, just the same stuff
Oh,
again.
George.
I wondered. I thought that might be... I thought they might expound on that and say, oh, you're a matchbook collector. I guess you're just meant to infer that.
Have you ever heard of anybody calling himself Merlin?
Merlin?
No, Merlin. Merlin. There's an O in there.
Moulin?
You haven't, have you?
No, darling. No Moulin.
Alright, well, plaster of
I've got
Paris.
some plaster of Paris.
That's nice of you.
What does
And
this
a red
mean to
wall.
you?
Gosh, is this some sort of psychological test?
No.
Oh, well, in that case, it's a red ball.
What do you think of this chalice?
Now, that's really pretty.
Alright, have you met,
Have you talked to the boy
Nazir?
on the bric-a-brac
No.
stand?
Oh, you've met him? His name's Nijo, you know.
Nijo.
Oh,
Nazir
he's
was
just so
a
cute, I
character
could
in
die. I'd
Robin of
love to
Sherwood.
bundle him up and take him back to Ohio.
He might not thank you.
Who was captured
I'm
during the
looking for
Crusades.
something ancient, you know. Something to impress the folks back home. The poor boy was trying to do his best, but we still haven't found anything.
Alright, well, in which case... We'll try
Have you
our
ever heard
hardest
of a
to get
group
you
of
something.
knights called the Templars?
Sounds familiar. I remember. Dwayne had a book. The Holy Something and the Holy Something Else, I can't quite recall. I read a little of it.
And?
Seemed like a lot of hooey to me. Still, Dwayne loved it. Conspiracy theories appeal to his paranoia. He thinks the Freemasons shot Elvis from a grassy knoll. He gets might confused
I
sometimes.
wonder why the Freemasons would do that. Alright.
Do you know anything about medieval weaving?
I do a little needlework, but gosh.
It's okay. It was a long shot.
Alright.
I've got to go now, Pearl.
It's been a pleasure, George.
Bye.
Don't be a stranger.
Oh, goods.
The merchant was selling fruit. I decided I might have some later.
Now is later.
The stand was selling some fruit I didn't recognize. This is
Alright.
what travel is all about. Roam the world and discover strange fruit.
Hi there, Dwayne.
I thought we could just have a talk in the sun.
Hi there, George. How can I help you?
Also,
young
I thought you
fella?
might have unlocked new dialogue. No, you haven't. Alright, okay.
It's okay. I'll catch you
Because
later.
of your difference of where you were and where you say you come from and where you're actually from. Unless Pearl was the one who was lying to me. Alright, up we go. Up this side bit, which nobody saw before. Right, now this... I never put this together. It took me... The first time that I played this game, it just happened by accident. And then, on subsequent playthroughs, obviously I knew where to go and what to use in order to get this interaction to happen. But I never put two and two together. But hey, it was, I don't know, many playthroughs later when I suddenly went, oh, look at this carpet.
The carpet in the middle looked familiar somehow.
Yeah, why? I don't understand. I didn't know. But look.
The matchbook bore a pattern of swirling color and the words Club Alamut.
It took me an age to put that together. Oh look, they are the same place. It's showing you, and that's the secret passcode. If you've got the thing, then they'll let you back in.
The carpet seller had an impressive collection of wares. If I'd the time and the money, I might have bought a couple of rugs.
Yeah. Do you have the time and the money?
Unfortunately, I had neither the time nor the money to buy anything.
Alright.
It must have taken him all morning just to set up his stall.
Already left it up overnight.
I had nothing to buy a carpet with, and didn't want to lug one around anyway.
Why not? It could
was
be a
the
flying
pattern.
magical carpet.
I'd
says.
seen that
Excuse me.
pattern somewhere recently.
Yeah, but
The
what
carpet
about the
seller
carpet
looked craftier than the offspring of a fox and an insurance agent.
Hi.
Hello, sir. Lovely carpet.
Lovely sewer keys.
Does this mean anything to you?
Yes, yes. Carpet, yes?
Yes, yes.
What do you think of this?
Lovely carpet, yes.
They're the same as
Does this mean anything to you?
Kebab Man
Yes,
downstairs,
yes.
whose name I can't remember.
Carpet, yes?
Alright, well, I'm not going to go through all of these, because you don't have any... Well, actually, let's ask about that.
What do you think of this?
Lovely carpet, yes.
Alright. Just wanted to check that you hadn't seen him around. And instead, here we go. It's the thing.
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
Ah, give to me. Give
Indeed.
to me.
Matchbook indeed.
A la mouth.
Club Alamut. Yeah, and see now. Secret way. Secret club. Secret drinking establishment? I forget.
Many beneficent greetings, my most fortunate possible friend.
Huh? Do I know you, mister?
No, no, and again I say, no. But, my friend, do you not see our mutual good fortune in this meeting?
How frank do you want me to be?
You are a traveler, yes?
Boy, you must be the world's greatest detective.
No, I am told that is Sherlock Holmes of the big forehead.
I was
and
going to say, you
paper
were calling
full of
yourself
pen.
Sherlock
I,
earlier.
as contrast, am world's greatest luxury taxi driver.
I can see where this is going.
I am Ultar, taxi driver and luxury guide per excellence.
no.
Yes.
I mean,
This
yes, no,
I
no,
had to
and no
hear.
again.
Where does your heart desire to go? Simply mention the name to your obedient servant, and we shall fly there, swift as the eagle.
Oh, well, I don't really want to leave Marib yet, but I'm sure that if I do, you'll be the first to know.
Is good. You know where you want to go, you come to Ulta.
Thanks. See you around, Ultar.
Be having a pleasant day, full of shining experiences and happiness, my friend.
Well, maybe I've got a new sign-off line now. From that, I tell you where I want to go. It's over here to this door for no reason.
Damn, the door's locked.
Can you let me in there?
I'm sorry? Did you say something?
He say you not to go in toilet. Read sign, matey.
Matey?
It lose something in translation.
I knew the door was locked. I'd need the key to get in there.
Alright, well, we'll read the sign.
My Arabic, Russian, and Japanese have a lot in common. I can't read a word of any of them. The notice didn't mean anything to me.
Really?
By staring hard at the notice and squinting, I discovered I couldn't understand a word of it.
Alright. Hey, and a spittoon!
The spittoon was nearly full. What did they sell here? Drinks or expectorants?
Both. Plunge
Even
your
if
hand
I'd
into the
wanted to spit,
spittoon.
my mouth was too dry.
Which game was it where we plunged our hands into spittoons in order to find trousers?
I was surprised to see alcohol on open sale in Syria. Then I realized this wasn't really open sale. And then
It was,
I realized they weren't even alcoholic drinks anyway.
Oh. It was the Stickman game set in the West. Set in the Cowboy West. I can't remember what that was called now. Shadows of Loathing? No, that's the Cthulhu one, isn't it? West of Loathing. There we go. I remembered it
I neither
eventually.
the time nor
And
the
use
money
that there
to
and
buy
watch me do
anything.
that. Alright, well, hello, manager.
The club manager's bonhomie seemed forced. Looking at the place, I could understand that. This is definitely not what they meant when they said the joint was jumping.
I mean, it's okay.
Hi. Nice club you've got here.
I was wondering if you could help me.
What? I mean, I beg your pardon? I'm sorry, but I don't understand.
No surprise there, alrighty. He says sorry, but he not speak English.
But he didn't say anything.
He not have tongue.
No tongue? What happened?
It was bet.
And he lost.
He won. You should see other chappie. Oh, yes.
All right, well, Ultar, I guess we'll be
I
talking
don't
to
know
you then.
why, but I felt like I could trust this guy.
Yeah, I don't know why either, but all right.
Hello again, Ultar.
Great hellos, munificent foreigner, and possible future client.
Well, you never know. Would you mind talking to me?
Is most agreeable. This is how Ultar learned such splendid English, yes? Yes.
Splendid. All right. Well, what does the sign say? I need to go to the toilet. Can you get me there, luxury taxi driver?
Could you tell me what that sign means?
It's a door stay shut until brush come back. Signed, the management.
Oh, well, what does that mean?
Manager buy lovely new toilet brush, leaves it by wash basin for 10 minutes, come back, it been stolen. Not even out of wrapper. He damn cross. Lock up toilet and say, nobody use fine pristine toilet until brush given back. We say, what we do till then, eh? He say, cross legs and use superior willpower.
And that's what you've been doing?
No, Ultar use bucket.
I think it makes sense if they've been using the spittoons. But maybe he doesn't know the word for spittoon. Tell me about...
This place is certainly hard to find.
Guy.
Oh, yes, it is most exclusive. The membership can be no more than... Kind sir, what would you guess the population of the village to be?
Gee, I don't know, a couple of thousand?
Pen, I would estimate the membership to be no more than a couple of thousand.
+1, if I'm in here as well. I mean, obviously I must have membership. And where did we pick the matchbook up from? Was that from the Hashashin? I can't recall. Was it in his trouser pockets? Yeah, it was in the trouser pockets of the thing in the hotel room, wasn't it? Yeah. So the assassin is a member of this club as well. All right. Do you know anything about Nejo?
What do you make of that boy in the market, Nejo?
Nejo? Ha! Ayub's boy is too big for sandals. I speak splendid English and he laugh. He say, Ultar, you big ox, you split infinitive. I say, I split your head if you stay still long enough. Ha 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 ha. Pretty funny, yes?
Hilarious.
Not bad.
You should be on cable.
Oh wait, I haven't tried to shake your hand. Hold on.
Shake my hand, Ultar.
Ha ha. Remind me of things that happened months ago. Maybe 6. Man come up to Ultar, say, shake hands, Ultar. But man have electric buzz thing in his hand. Ha ha. How we laugh. Then I broke his arms.
Alright, maybe I won't show you that then.
Have you seen this man before?
Oh, most certainly. Was here only yesterday.
Here? Yesterday? My God, he's close.
Yes, he was asking a lot of questions, just like you.
What did he ask about?
He's an
He
assassin.
asked about American called Stobby.
Stobbart?
Yes, Stobbart. You know him.
The killer knew my name.
What else did he ask about?
He asked about German man called Klobner.
I tried to remember the name of the
Klausner.
man the conspiracy had lost in Syria.
Was his name Klausner?
Sure, that is what Ultar said.
I mean, the fact that I remembered
told
that
this
name
man
is
in the picture.
a goddamn
Klausner
miracle.
wanted to go up to Bull's Head.
Hold on. He wanted to go where?
Bull's Head. Big hill, 10 mile out of town. Maybe 60.
When was that?
Oh, maybe a week ago.
Ah. Well, now we have that.
What does this grease paint stained tissue mean to you?
Nothing. Why? What does grease paint stained tissue mean to you?
Nothing. What about the fine nose?
Look at this.
Is a red ball with a hole in it.
No, it's a clown's nose.
Does Clown know you have his nose?
Unfortunately, it seems so.
Why unfortunate?
This clown kills people.
Ah, alternative comedy.
Boo! Boo!
This is a key for lifting manhole covers.
Boo!
You carry some strange stuff with you, mister.
Yeah, loads of stuff.
Have a look at this.
Shiny.
What do you
All
think
right,
of this
sure.
plaster?
Not much there. Not enough to make tasteful garden gnome, for example.
I mean, I suppose maybe if it had a hologram on it, I would look at an ID and go, ooh, shiny. Well, that's not the first thing I think of when I look at an ID. Here's an actual
What do you think
Red
of this
Bull.
ball?
He is most splendid, mister.
Have you ever seen anything like this chalice?
No.
Okay, well, tell me about the bull's head then.
What can you tell me about this Bull's Head Hill?
Is most magnificent. Lovely views. Worth visiting, yes, by indeedity.
How do I get there? No. Let me guess.
You need fine luxury guide to take you there in air-conditioned taxi.
Woe is me. Where can I find such a guide?
And Ultar is most luxurious guide for most literally some way, in any direction.
Gee willikers, lucky old me.
Are you desirous of my pleasant and luxuriant service?
Yes, yes I am.
All right, let's go.
First, I regret the formalities. A trip to the Bull's Head? 50 Yankee dollars, please.
$50? I don't have $50.
Oh, most unhappy event. Ultar then sorry, but he cannot take you on ride of lifetime.
Hold on, Ultar. Is there nothing I could barter with you?
Word that it was so, beloved friend. But my taxi needs gas, and its muffler needs the muffler doctor. Trading for these things is not possible. My heart weeps for the injustice, but
I'm a
it's
muffler
box
doctor.
or zip for unfortunate American.
Oh well. And Stobbart, never heard of him. I'm sure you've heard of Stobbart. He's a famous, I think I read he got blown up in a cafe? Maybe? Something happened to him involving a cafe. I don't know. Alright, are you sure? $50 to go all the way out there. $50 buys me a return trip, right? It doesn't buy me a one-way trip. $50 to go out there, and then all of the rest of the money that you have on you to come back again. Right? It's not that?
About Bull's Head Hill.
Are you desirous of seeing this most splendid place?
Well, maybe.
A terrific
dear.
bargain.
Excuse me.
Only 50 of your Yankee bucks.
50, huh? Well, I still don't have any cash on me, American or otherwise.
Oh, unfortunate, most extreme. The delights of the Bull's
game
Head
is
Hill
legendary,
then must wait,
indeed.
I fear.
Given you don't have $50, that would be 50 to get out and negative money to get back. I suppose that makes sense, yes, given what I said, all of the money on me to come back. So yes, that would be nothing. But also, what did you think was going to happen, Stobbart, when you came out here? How are you getting out here? I guess maybe you're paying by credit card to get out here. I'll buy my ticket on a credit card. I'll take no money with me because I won't need to do anything at all involving money in these places. I won't have to stay overnight. I won't need to buy food, which he's already said. I made a note to buy some food later. I won't need water. I won't need to pay taxis, obviously. Nothing. And a fifth thing as well, which I can't think of. He doesn't need anyway. In the end, this is that traveller's checks. I mean, but yeah, I guess so. I guess I went to America in, when was I? Must have been 99 when I went there, and I was using traveller's checks. So yeah. But I mean, Stobbart was going around. I thought the whole point was he was travelling around Europe. Yeah, or maybe it was just a holiday in Paris. I forget which of the two it was. But either way, he should have some money. And Alright, I guess the most intuitive thing is not to, I will exchange these French francs that I have for American dollars when I am going to Syria. But surely now he has, well, maybe there's not an exchange place here. But meh. He must be able to get money somehow. Anyway, alright, tell us about the Knights Templar. Have you heard of them?
Do you know anything about the Templars?
Of course.
Yes? What can you tell me?
Great she-bop band of the 60s.
No, that's not really...
Who put the bop in the bop, 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 bop?
Yeah, eternal questions.
Alright, the bop, she-bop, de-bop.
What do you know about
Quite
the
what we
kebab
wanted.
seller?
A most miserable man. Ultar say, cheery up, matey mate, it might never happen. And he say, shut up, Ultar.
Fancy that.
Not at all. Arto has face like the drizzle that falls on the midweek afternoon. Whatever that is.
Do you not have that? Do you not have a midweek afternoon here? What is it drizzle that you don't understand? In this dry, humid, hot, arid place somewhere, rain hardly ever falls.
Have you met the American couple?
Have Ultar met them? Have Ultar met them? Yes, Ultar have met them.
And?
They most ungenerous. Ultar offer to show them wonders of countryside. They say, is there anything ancient? Ultar say, yes, of course. Nature is ancient. They say, no, anything ancient made by men. And Ultar say, have you seen Taxi? Fan belt older than Ozymandias. But they gone.
I read the subtitles. Obviously, I knew what the joke was that was coming. But the fact that they put the punchline in the first line of the subtitles ruins it. Never mind. And you're off to bed. See you tomorrow. I mean, it will be tomorrow for both of us. Because
See you around, Ultar.
12 hours away.
Splendid, good sir.
So yes, where we will be doing, provided Bert, our GM, is up for it, on the Steam Steel Murder channel. We're trying our first session of a new campaign set using the system Bloody Appalachia. Which, you know, I played the playtest version of with Bert, and yeah, it was fun and interesting, the adventure he ran, and I can't remember if that was one that he made up or whether it was a pre-canned thing which came with the book. But yeah, either way, it looks to be some good times. Alright, well, I think we are done in here for now. He said, having looked at all the things. Can we look at this spittoon? Is it any different?
The outside of the ornate
Nope.
spittoon was
It is
beautiful. The inside wasn't.
I mean, it's a spittoon.
I hadn't felt a need to spit since I was 12.
Yeah. Alright, okay, so we need to get the brush so that we can do that and get 50 American dollars. Well, who do we know who might have dollars? And who do we know who might be willing to give us those dollars? I mean, the answer is we know one couple who have American dollars, but don't know that they're going to be willing to give us any dollars. Alright, thank you, carpet seller. I mean, do you actually sell carpets, or do you just stand there as a doorman? Alright. Pearl and Dwayne. Pearl has moved
Pearl
positions.
was actually as close to decency as she could be. Syria's a pretty conservative country. They don't like women displaying legs and shoulders. I wondered if the respect for local custom was accidental or deliberate.
I don't remember that bit, but alright, okay. And here we go. Hello, Ulster.
Suddenly, I realized the horrific truth. The guy was basting the kebabs with a toilet brush. It may never have seen the inside of a toilet bowl, but it was still hardly appetizing.
Yeah, that's not great. Hey, can I talk to you about your
Hello
toilet
again,
brush?
sir.
Hello, kebab? Yet?
No, can't talk to you about your kebab.
Well,
alright.
Goodbye. Have a nice day.
Most good.
Indeed, most good.
Hello again, Pearl.
Why,
Don't worry
hello,
about us,
George.
Dwayne.
It's such a pleasure to see
Just
you
walking
again.
between the middle of us having this conversation. Do you know about Ultar? No, yeah, Ultar, the taxi driver.
Have you met the taxi man, Ultar?
Heavens, yes. What a big man. Very muscular.
But you didn't go for a ride.
Why, George, you're absolutely the most. Oh, you mean a taxi ride? No, Dwayne wasn't interested, so it didn't happen.
Alright. Can I do this? Yeah, okay, we can see this. And look, that looks far clearer as a brush. I mean, I don't know what brushes the world over look like for toilet brushes. You know, when I have gone to other countries and seen things, it's usually been on vacation or holiday, depending on where you come from. So, you know, I haven't needed to use the toilet brushes. Other places, like hotel staff, have cleaned the toilet for me, so I haven't needed to look at the toilet brushes. But that is far more representative and more of a it makes it look like a brush far more than that. I mean, that just looks like a book to me lying down. But anyway, alright, have you seen that guy?
Have you had anything from the kebab stand?
Hey, Evans, no, with my digestion.
Alright. And this?
Have you ever heard of a hill called the Bull's Head?
No. No, I haven't. Is it nearby?
I'm not sure.
10, maybe 60
awful
miles.
Romantic. The Bull's Head Hill.
Alright, thanks very much.
I've got to go now, Pearl.
It's been a pleasure, George. Don't be a stranger.
Hey, George.
Hi there, Dwayne.
Except, yeah, I'm George. You're Dwayne. I remember my own name.
Hi there, George. How can I help you, young fella?
Alright, have you seen Ultar?
Have you met Ultar?
Almost luxurious air-conditioned taxi ride, mister.
Yeah, the cabbie.
Tried to pull a bunco on us. Take us on a wild goose chase off into nowhere.
I mean, it can be nice to just get outside and drive around sometimes. Your ex used your sister's toilet brush to clean her dishes back in 2019. I mean, if it had been a clean toilet brush, sure. But if it had been used, no thank you. I think I probably would have wanted to wash those dishes again.
Have you had any dealings with the kebab seller?
Absolutely not. Pearl's already had one attack of Montezuma's revenge.
Alright. And?
Have you ever heard of a hill called the Bull's Head?
Can't say as I have. Where's that?
I don't know. I'm trying to find out.
Bull's Head, huh? I must remember that. Sounds scenic.
Alright, well, bye.
Okay, well, I'll see you around, Dwayne.
Count on it, George.
Alright, maybe the cat will know. Hello, cat. Nope, you don't want to be stroked. You're just like
Hi,
a cat.
Nico. Hello again, sir. And how may I help you this time?
Well, first of all, there's the red ball.
You really want
tempting
this
you.
ball?
You know I do, sir.
I mean, my ball is not red, it is multicolored. And it is a puzzle. But look, I have it. Sphere of Desire, the ultimate in colourful ball technology? I don't know. Do you know Ultar?
I met an interesting guy earlier, a cab driver.
Ah, that would have to be Ultar, a barbaric sort of chap.
Oh, he's not that bad.
You know how he speaks in Pidgin English? That's how he speaks in Arabic too.
I mean...
What do you know about that couple?
Educate, please.
Oh,
or
they're
maybe it's Yoda in
American.
disguise.
Is that
I
all?
don't know.
The chap's a little odd. As for the lady, it's a funny thing. But I get the impression she's a lot cleverer than she's letting on.
Ooh. Well, okay. What about Ultar?
Who's the guy selling the kebabs?
Oh, that's Arto. A miserable
Arto,
blighter
Ultar,
to
that's
be
the other
sure,
guy,
sir.
yeah.
He doesn't seem very happy.
He never is. Day in, day out, a face like a wet Wednesday. Whatever one of those is.
Does he speak any English?
Not cogently, no.
Well, what else can you tell me about him and his
Look,
cogent English?
this is going to sound a bit strange, but I need Arto's brush.
What? The brush he bastes the kebabs with?
Yes.
Let me find some dirty postcards for you instead.
Nijo, this is serious. Arto stole that brush
Dirty
he's using
postcards
from
are
a friend,
always-
and I want to get it back.
Perhaps I could help you, old chap. Maybe? Perhaps?
Maybe what? Perhaps what?
I do not wish to seem mercenary, sir, but I am a merchant, and merchants trade.
Merchant? This isn't Sears and Roebuck here.
Well, if you're going to be disagreeable...
No, you're right. What would you like?
I seem to recall that you have something that might alleviate my boredom. A globe of delight. A Rubicon spheroid of heavenly pleasure.
You mean the ball, don't you?
A tiny spherule form that barely spans my hand, yet promises hours of amusement.
If you mean the ball, why don't you just say so?
Can I have the ball back, mister?
Yeah, sure. I will swap it. We will swap it for you getting the brush or whatever.
All right, here you go.
People say bad things about Americans, but you're okay in my book.
What people? What bad things?
Yeah,
Never
my
mind that
goodness.
now.
Why
Remember
would they
the
say bad
brush?
things?
Right, yes, the brush.
All you have to do with Arto is be polite. It lightens his day, makes it all worthwhile for him again.
How can I be polite to the guy when I can't speak a word of Syrian?
Arabic.
That's what I meant.
Simply memorize this phrase. Il ach il kal.
Il akal kalb.
Close enough. Now,
Akal
go
kalb.
over to Arto
I wonder
and
what that actually
deliver
means.
those honeyed words even unto his delicate ear. He won't be able to do enough for you.
Really?
Really.
Yeah. Oh, damn it, it didn't pause. I thought I said. I'm going to Google this very quickly and see what it says. Translate. Yeah. If I say this again.
What exactly does il akal kalb mean?
A polite but subtly complimentary greeting. He won't be able to do enough for you.
No, Damn it. Il akal. Il akal kalb. No. Alright, I will have to go back and watch this again, and I'll have information for you next time. Because I am just not getting it. I have obviously mistyped it into what it is. Or, it's not a thing that they wanted to translate. You know, you don't want to be... have loads of swearing in your thing.
See you around, Nijo.
Ta-ta for now, sir.
Alright. You have the red ball. Are you going to play with the red ball? I gave you the red ball, right? Yes, the ball is gone. Alright, and you seemed more... smarter.
Hello
You
again,
seem
Pearl.
cleverer than...
Why, hello,
hiding.
George.
You were hiding your
It's
cleverness.
such a pleasure to see you again.
You got anything to say about that? Okay.
Do
Aha!
you know what il akal kalb means?
Il
My.
akal kalb.
Sounds romantic.
Right, we saw it again. Il akal kalb. Alright, okay. I have a translation. Il akal kalb, and it seems to be actual Arabic, and it says, I have a sane heart. Really? Okay. I mean, obviously they didn't want to put in swearing, but still, nothing that is vaguely insulting, like you do not have a sane heart, or my heart is saner than yours, or something, if they wanted to stick with that. but I have a sane heart. Unless, of course, having a sane heart is...
I've got to go now, Pearl.
You know,
It's been a pleasure,
am I
George.
insulting
Don't be
your
a
cooking by
stranger.
saying I have a sane heart and you don't, and because I have a sane heart, I am never going to eat your food. Alright, well, we'll talk to you in a bit, Dwayne. But hey, I have a sane heart. So there we go.
Hello again, sir.
Hello.
Kebab.
Yes.
Yes. Hello, kebab. Kebab?
Il Akul Kalb?
Filthy. Bad. I kill you.
Whoa! Calm down! I just... Feet, do your thing.
Right, he's coming for me. Well, that sure was a thing. Almost murdered while off. I mean, this is not the closest I have come to being murdered on this journey, but hey. Hello.
Hello again, sir.
Filthy. Bad.
Okay, I'm going.
I think somebody may have tricked
Arto
me.
had murder in his eyes. What the hell had I said to him?
And you have I have a sane heart.
Hello again,
Horrible,
Pearl.
horrible.
Why, hello, George. It's such a pleasure to see you again.
Alright, you got nothing to say? Okay. And you don't want to
Nothing.
remark
It's
on
okay.
my horribleness that happened there?
Hi
Alright,
there,
hey,
Dwayne.
Stop mid-step. Turn around.
Hi there, George. How can I help you, young fella?
Il Akul Kalb.
Do you know what Il Akul Kalb means?
That's what you said to the kebab seller? No. I don't speak Arabic. Not a word.
Okay, well, I'll see you around, Dwayne.
Dwayne being
Down
all
on it,
mysterious. Alright, you filthy young person.
Hi, Nico. What the heck did you tell me to tell him?
Patience, sir.
Patience? Patience? I've been chased by a homicidal kebab seller, and you expect me to be patient?
But consider, sir, while you were running from the irate Arto wasn't using the brush.
Hold on. Are you telling me that I've been used as a diversionary tactic?
Your brush, sir.
I can't believe that you put me on that kebab seller's death list for a toilet brush.
The ends justified the means, sir.
Yeah, but I noticed it wasn't your butt that was on the line, though.
They also serve
It's all about the
who
butts
only
when it comes to the
stand
toilet
and
brush.
wait, sir.
Oh, spare me.
Well. Okay. I mean, that looks like a toothbrush that is just wooden.
Thanks for getting the brush and risking my life to do it.
Anytime. Glad to be of service.
I mean, if I hadn't given you the ball, you could have got me to sell Il Akul Kalb and hope that I died, and then you could have had the ball anyway.
So long, Nijo.
So I guess it was a win-win for you. Woo! Avoid the wrath of an outraged hygiene thief. Bad language. Achievement unlocked. Why are you not throwing the ball yet, my good friend? Hey, everybody! I want to show you my toilet brush that I've just
Hello
got.
again, Pearl.
Why, hello, George. It's such a pleasure to see you again.
It's a toilet brush.
Look what that kebab seller was basting the meat with.
Oh my God! That's a brush for, the commode.
I'm afraid so.
Thank heavens I didn't eat anything there. Oh, that's just too horrible.
Bye.
I've got to go now, Pearl.
It's been a pleasure, George. Don't be a stranger.
Hi, Dwayne.
Hi there, Dwayne.
Hi there, George. How can I help you, young fella?
Determined to see every single
I've got a
interaction
toilet
we
brush.
can.
What do you want me to do? Dance around with joy?
Yeah, please.
I've got a toilet brush.
What do you want me to do? Dance around with joy?
I mean, it's not going to be any good for cleaning
Okay,
toilets.
well,
now it's
I'll
been used to
down on it, George.
Now it's been used to baste kebabs. Do you know what? I do not think. No, I mean, I do not like kebabs. They are not my preferred food. And it could just be because I've had crappy English kebabs. You know, after you've been out drinking on a Friday night or whatever. Yeah? Out with the lads. You go out, you come out, you stumble out the pub at closing time. And go get yourself a kebab. Loads of kebab places around where I live. Loads of different food places around where I live. But kebabs is... I think there was like 3 different kebab places. I think there's only one now that I think about it, because the others have changed into other fast food places. Yeah. Or at least within like a 5-minute walk of me. I'm certain if I walked full further than that, there are a load more. Anyway, hey, talk to me.
Hello again,
Yeah,
old tar.
Never really liked
Praise
them.
be to Allah. I am blessed with your bountiful presence once more.
Yes, and I wish to say a word. Please do not get angry at me.
What does Il Akal Kalb mean?
Who teach you that?
Nejo told me to say it to Arto.
And Arto come after you with big knife, yes?
Yeah, how did you know?
I know Arto. You tell him in bad Arabic that his kebab's made from dog meat.
I said he was using dog food? No wonder he went crazy.
No. Ultar not mean meat for dog. Ultar mean meat of dog.
Oh. Ugh.
I mean, given the other game that I'm playing on this channel at the moment is Fallout London, which uses the Fallout 4 engine, where you can kill dogs, claim their meat, and make it up into a nice, tasty 50 hit point, or is it 40 hit point? 40 hit point much chop. I mean, double standards with the video games I'm playing. But hey, here's the brush.
Look, I've got the toilet brush back.
You man of action, alrighty. Don't just wave at me. Give
Oh,
to
sorry.
manager.
I guess it is wrong of me to, I mean,
Bye for now,
this guy
Walter.
cannot talk to me.
May
or communicate
good
because we
fortune
don't
follow
speak
you,
the
mister.
same languages. But I was
Hello again, friend.
trying
There
to give
wasn't
it to
much
you to
point
give
in
to
trying
him,
to launch
which
an
is
in-depth conversation.
When I couldn't speak Arabic, and he couldn't speak. Period. Well, I did know a few words of Arabic, but doubted the wisdom of using them.
Il Akal Kalb. Alright, okay. So instead you want me to do it this way around. Here is brush. I brush you,
Hello
manager.
again, friend.
There wasn't much point in trying to launch an in-depth conversation.
When I couldn't speak Arabic, and he couldn't speak. Period. Well, I did know a few words of Arabic, but doubted the wisdom of using them. Here's your brush, sir. It wasn't easy getting it back.
Oh, and now he's
The
gone
manager
away.
took the brush from me, gave me the toilet keys as my reward, and stomped off.
Excellent. I've been holding this in for 3 weeks.
What was all that about?
Manager, he say, bah, look at state of this. Need much cleaning and detergent before go around my, you bend.
You said all that?
Body language account for much, you know. Oh, yes, indeedy.
I mean, you can roll your eyes, and that would be very, very dismissive. I'm looking at him.
It was the key to the club toilet.
Alright, and now we will go to the club toilet. Look at all this. All of this getting blown up in a cafe by a clown, almost murdered by a... well, not almost murdered by an Irish pixie. And avoiding Weasel and a gorilla at the Hotel Uvu. And now, finally, we have reached a toilet here. Isn't that great?
The sink was clean, but there didn't seem to be a plug.
Is that it? But look, as you lean close, you can see your face in the mirror. Does that happen in this version? It does! Oh, amazing.
The mirror was as clean as anything
Better
else
than
in there.
the mirror physics they have in Fallout 4. Here is a toilet.
Hello? Anybody in there?
No answer, so I gave it a push.
If there was somebody in there, they have been in there for weeks. You have just unlocked the toilet. I mean, I suppose it's possible that they could have snuck in through the window. But yeah.
The design of the toilet was a little different from what I was used to. But a toilet chain is a toilet chain all over the world.
Is it? Whoops! Nope, it isn't.
Oops.
Oops, indeed.
It was the short length of chain I'd taken from the toilet at the Club Alamut.
Alright, and I know what I need to do. Although, can I not do it? Oh, I'm still on there. There we go. It's the dispenser!
It was a roller towel dispenser.
Okay. I mean, those things are disgusting. We'll just roll the towel around and around, getting somebody else's germs on it. But yeah, now we've got that. Now...
The towel sat in the open dispenser like a wad of dirty chewing gum in a metal dog's mouth.
Really? Alright, okay. If that's the way you want to describe it, sure. And now we have everything we need from here. Leaving. Whee! Coming down from the Club Alamut. Hidden in the mountains at the top of the stairway. Or Alamut being the place where the Assassins hid. So yeah. And... oh... Alright, I know that we could finish off Syria, but... I have to do things before... so we're gonna save and end here for the day. I think we could finish off Syria very quickly. Or, you know, within half an hour or so. But... I have, unfortunately, things to do before I have to go to bed really early so that I can wake up, so that when it's 2 AM at my time I can play an RPG. So, alas, this is where we're going to end for today. So yeah, here we are, back at the costume shop. So yeah, thank you for having been here with me today, whether you're here live and in person or later on the pod. The fact that you're here for any amount of time means I appreciate you. I mean, I do appreciate you even if you don't spend time with me. That sounds weird to say because, you know, I do appreciate you either way. But, you know, I appreciate you more if you're here. Or I'm just appreciating you because I'm saying this at the end of the thing. I'm not sure. But yeah. I messed this ending up entirely, haven't I, today? But still, here we are at the end. So, when will we be back with this? We will be back with this tomorrow. Same time, same place, different day. But yeah, so 20 hours from now, approximately. And I don't know if we can finish it off in that time. I'm trying to think where else we have to go. Syria, back to Spain. We need to go to England. We need to go to a couple of different places in France. In Paris still. Just a couple of locations. The tomb. The archaeological dig. I think that's it. I don't think there are any others in there. So yeah, we might finish this off tomorrow. Which means Point and Click Sunday will not have this as the point and click game. Which is interesting. But hey, who knows? Still, that is a decision for Sunday, Richard. Not for now, Richard. As for now, all I have to do is say that I have been Richard. No, I should say Steam Steel Murder channel tonight in about 14 hours. No, about 15 hours. I will be there, provided Bert is healthy enough now and has recovered enough from his ills last week that we will be starting off, as I say, the Bloody Appalachia RPG. So, you know, Bert worked on that. He was the editor for it, so let's go appreciate his work and, you know, be over there on the Steam Steel Murder channel. Still, now I can say that until the next time, I have been Richard. This whole thing around us. That has been LMTDTMFFR, or say it with me now, limited time offer, no vowels, and you have fun, and stay weird, and yes, kebab good, yes, kebab.